Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Steel City Commuters podcast. I am Austin Cairns, back here in the Media Hub once more with my good friend Nicholas Brown, and we are bringing on yet again another very special guest. He's actually the fourth guest in Steel City Commuters history. He joined me on 2 Jagoffs a couple months ago, and now he is making his Steel City debut. Not a commuter student at Point Park, but he is a student at Point Park University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only, Matt Palange. Matt, welcome to the podcast, man. How's it going with you?
I'm great. What a beautiful introduction. I feel so honored.
Thank you so much. And I mean, you've been on 2 Jagoffs before, so we've had a little bit of chemistry in the past. First time meeting Nicholas in person. How's your summer treating you, though? I mean, I know you've been pretty busy down here on campus.
Yeah, summer's been awesome. I've been trying to, stay in Pittsburgh as much as I can now, just because going to senior year, just try to see who I can meet, who I can engage with. So I'm a summer RA at the university, just sitting there, taking care of kids, like their summer camps and everything, watching over them, which is just, it's been fun. Honestly, I've loved it down here.
Of course. That's sick, man. That's sick. It's good to see being able to give back to the community as well, put that in your resume. I mean, that's sick, man. Nick, I mean, we're finally back together again. We're off Zoom now. We're in person.
First time in a few weeks.
First time in a few weeks.
Matt, I was going to say, Matt, you're like in the city longer than all of us, even though Austin also lives here. It's good to be back, but also it's the summer. It's just like crowded with people now.
Yeah, I agree. It is so many people down here right now.
It's a little much. But Nick, since this is our first time back here in person, this is actually the first time we've had a Point Park student on the podcast. Because when Lucas was on, he wasn't a student yet. Kevin's not a student. My dad's obviously not a student. So, Matt, you're the first Point Park student to actually be on Steel City Commuters.
Matt, you're breaking a lot of ground here today.
Let's go. I'm excited to be here, honestly. I love just chilling with the guys and just talking ball.
Of course. I know we're going to get into some conversations later on. I'm actually kind of in the minority here today in terms of favorite NFL teams. We'll get to that
time.
Later. Yeah.
About time.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But just to have the audience get to know you a little bit, what initially brought you here to Point Park University?
I kind of got lucky, I guess. I know it's weird, but I was just applying to a bunch of schools that I saw in my email or schools that I saw that sounded cool to me. I saw downtown Pittsburgh. I was like, you know what? How would someone that hates the Steelers go to be a sports media guy in Pittsburgh? I thought that'd be cool. But also just so the Dean of Communications reached out to me because I applied as like a broadcast major, and he told me, he was like, are you a sports guy? I told him that I said, yeah. He told me about the majors, so I was sold right away because there wasn't really many sports communication schools like locally, so took a chance on it, and now I'm here with a blessing of opportunities at this university.
For sure. And I mean, I always talk about this with you off camera, even on our pod, even on 2 Jagoffs. The opportunities that you get here, the hands-on experience, the day one connections that you can make. I mean, I don't think any other school around here does that. I mean, we were talking earlier. I know you're going to be doing stuff this summer with Greg Brown. I've been doing stuff with like different wrestling companies and stuff, and just being able to have that name just say like, oh yeah, I'm a student at Point Park University, but I'm also working with these professionals and these companies. It just shows how far it could really go.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, making connections is big in this industry, and there's not many like downtown Pittsburgh to do it.
Not at all. Nick, I'm going to bounce this over to you.
I was going to say, Matt, speaking of the connections you make at Point Park and everything, are you looking forward to Greg Brown? Because he was on 2 Jagoffs, and that was a good interview, right? Was he on 2 Jagoffs, Greg?
He was, but the episode's not out yet.
It's not out yet, but he was.
But he was out. It's a good one. You've seen clips of it.
Yes, it's always a good connection. Are you looking forward to the event? What are you going to work towards the most at this camp, learning from Greg Brown, given he's just an all-star?
Well, first of all, it's cool because I don't have to pay to do the sports broadcasting camp because I'm an RA, but they know I'm a sports communications major, like the staff, so they were like, yeah, I'm going to throw you into this, and you can go ahead and help with it, but also just learn from Greg Brown. A lot of Point Park students and sports media students have met Greg so far. He's came along and talked to us before.
Great guy.
Yeah, really, really nice guy. He helps out at Point Park a lot. So I'm excited to see what his sport broadcasting camp is like, how he teaches pre-college students or someone that may have not gone to college yet but is 18, 19 years old. I'm excited just to see how he kind of teaches and how he gets them engaged in sports broadcasting and just maybe keep him as a connection for the future, hopefully.
Of course, and opportunities like that, again, mean so much to your career and stuff, and you've been involved in so much. I've even been kind of behind the scenes seeing some of your work here as well. What would you say is your favorite thing that you've done at Point Park so far? Maybe your favorite opportunity, favorite game you've called, favorite thing you've been a part of? What stands out the most to you?
It's a tough question. I would say my overall favorite thing is producing Sideline for sure. Sideline's so much fun. I hope you have fun on it.
I love Sideline.
Yeah.
You need to get your ass on Sideline.
I agree. You do need to come to Sideline. Sideline is so fun. And just being able to produce it, not even that, it's because we're all equal at, even though I'm a producer, we're all equal, the way we work together. But, people, like the way everyone's so compliant with each other and the way everyone treats each other is awesome. And we get the friendly banter, but it's all love. But I would say, like, overall, I loved being on play-by-play by myself for radio at RMU, the D1 game. I know you guys call it D1 game. It's just kind of like an adrenaline you get, even though it's like radio and you kind of know the team's gonna lose by like 30. But it's still just a great like experience to think I'm calling D1 basketball right now. Like a radio, that's like a dream come true, kind of.
It's a surreal moment too, knowing that there's the ESPN broadcast at the same table as you, like 2 chairs down, and then you're sitting there doing your own radio broadcast. You're like, wow, this is legit. It's actually happening.
Yeah, I agree. It's and you kind of just find out, you're just like, dang, like we're all the same. Like these guys for ESPN are not like these top $1 million guys who like are like the best at everything. They're just doing what they love, and like we're in the same position. We're just not at ESPN yet, and
we're blessed for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, Matt, do you ever get to have that interaction with ESPN broadcasters at the game when you're calling the game during halftime? Do you ever like any talk with them? Like, do you ever pass by, say hi, or are they like in that full game on face that it's just like they're zoned in and they don't want to have anything else to do with anybody else?
So at RMU, the guy to my left, I don't know exactly what he was doing. He was doing something with like broadcast of maybe just scoreboard working. I don't know, but it was because the RMU game was on ESPN, and I talked to him like before the game about like their team and how he's feeling about it. He goes, oh, they have a new coach, and we were just kind of interacting. I didn't get his name at all. I don't even remember his name, but he was telling me about just about the team, and we had a conversation. So I do, but for the most part, it's like they are kind of like locked in, I guess. Same for like when I went to West Virginia to do it, like the MEC broadcast. Like I was on camera operating, which is like not my biggest passion, but I do like love doing behind the scenes stuff. That is like professional TV broadcasting, and everyone there just like they're so unserious but serious at the same time. It's like we're all just sports guys. Like that's it.
Absolutely, of course. Now, being able to make those connections, get those opportunities that you talk about so much, would you say maybe there's a connection or someone that has stood out to you in your career so far, maybe like your biggest mentor?
I don't know about biggest mentor, but I feel like we can agree that having Roger Lenhart as like a connection is like untouchable. Like he got me that Division II stuff. He definitely, like, he's the one that sent along the wiffle ball thing that we talked about, which I'm not going to get more into that because I'm not doing it, but yeah. Just having this guy who produces so much stuff as a connection is untouchable.
No, Roger is incredible, and I mean, I recently spoke to him on 2 Jagoffs too. We've obviously gotten lots of opportunities from it. I think you did the MEC tournament, and then I'm going to be doing this wiffle ball tournament this summer as well. So like, just him being able to put our names out there and really showcase our talent and stuff like that, it's a dream come true.
Yeah, I love Roger. Good guy too.
Great guy. I mean, he's a WVU fan, but great guy.
Yeah,
you can't hate on them.
I mean, I'm an Ohio State fan, so I mean.
Hey, you won the championship at least last year, though. So
love it. I'm happy.
I mean, Matt, did you listen to any of the 2 Jagoff interviews that have been posted? I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, there have been 18. With Roger Lenhart being the one just released on Sunday. And I gave that interview a 10 out of 10, along with your interview. Yours was really good. Really learned a lot from your interview, and I kind of bounced off, listened to it again to kind of prepare for this interview because you have to prepare in this business. But did you listen to any of the interviews so far?
I watched the one with Nas. I watched because, of course, I love hearing how Point Park athletes kind of talk about, like, their perspective and how they ended up here. Of course, he's no longer going to be at Point Park, but he's a good guy. He was chill. Of course, I watched my own just to kind of see like how goofy I looked on camera. I talked a lot. I didn't realize how much I talked, but I thought it was, great. I thought it was good that 2 students who have kind of the same goals and we both just kind of want to pursue the same dream. So I personally I do actually watch 2 Jagoffs. I have watched a couple episodes. I do need to watch the one with Roger because I haven't watched it yet.
Roger's a good one. I know you're a wrestling fan too. Do you know Andrew Palace by any chance? Independent wrestler.
No.
Highly recommend that one, just because the wrestling fans out there would really appreciate that one. I believe that's actually my best interview I've done.
That's awesome. I think
he's a good one.
Speaking of wrestling, I think we're trying to get Corey Graves on the sideline next year, so that's gonna be a chance to meet him.
If I'm not there, I'm gonna. I gotta be there.
I'll tell you the date.
I gotta be there.
Maybe I have to do sideline now all of a sudden.
Yeah, we've been so me and Bryn and Jake, the 2 other producers that I produced the show with, we actually met and we talked about really big things for Sideline. I can't spoil too much because I need to wait for August when the show comes about, or early September, but we want to have more big name interviewers on, and because Corey Graves is like a Pittsburgh connection for some people, he's one of the guys, and then just having like some coaches on, so you're gonna be able to meet some people if you come to Sideline. You do need to come to Sideline. You need to.
Need to. Are you guys doing Tuesdays again? Wednesdays? Are we still up in the air about that?
I think it's Tuesdays. Yeah.
Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll be there.
You're always there. You're never home. This is like your second home.
Pretty much. But no, the Roger interview was great. Your interview was great as always, Matt. And I really appreciate that. I guess maybe like listening to other podcasts. And is that something that you kind of do in your free time? Are you more of a podcast guy, music kind of guy? What kind of gets you in that groove?
I mean, I love music. I grew up. That was my first like big thing that I was like passionate about was music. Did choir for a bunch of years, but I'm not gonna sing. I promise. And then I just kind of got into sports from my dad, who was just like obsessed with sports. I don't like a lot of his takes, but he does. He knows ball, I guess. So I follow sports because of him.
Right.
And then I also just like for podcasts, I more watch like YouTube and like radio. I kind of watch radio shows. I kind of have to just to see like what's going on around the league. So I do keep up with that, but I don't watch any specific podcast by any means. Unfortunately, I need to get into watching them though.
Of course. Now, final question before we move into the sports conversation. Rank your 4 major sports, favorite to least favorite. So there's hockey, football, baseball, basketball. What's 4?
4 is hockey, just because I never grew up into it. I'm getting more into it now because it's a big thing in Pittsburgh. So 3rd is baseball. Something I got into recently. I do say that this is the most I've followed baseball was this year for sure. And then basketball and NFL are like 1A, 1B. I lean more towards basketball because of like our college basketball, and I grew up as an NBA guy. But the NFL is just like fantasy football, like something about it just like keeps you so attached to that game. So it's hard to compete against those two. But
no, for sure. I mean, I know you like fantasy football because you're a gambler over there, so you gamble everything away. But no, football is great, man. That's actually kind of what I want to transition into now, if you don't mind. Let's talk some NFL here.
Let's do it.
I mean, we are in Pittsburgh. None of us are actually Steelers fans, so I feel like this would be great for us to give our unbiased opinion here. They got Aaron Rodgers. They're bringing in Jalen Ramsey. It's pretty much a retirement home at this point. What's your official thoughts on the Steelers going into next year, Matt? I want to hear your thoughts on this.
As honest.
You can be as honest as you want.
Please be honest.
I think they're gonna go 10-7 and lose in the first round again. Like I don't know.
So we agree.
I don't know what this changes for them. I'm stuck on the fact that like they're all old. First of all, everyone's old. Their offense is super tall randomly. Like they have this really big offense that isn't good. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a deep ball though, so it doesn't matter. Like he finished the year fine. Like I know he had a good like statistical season. But I'm wondering, like, how this changes anything. They still have Tomlin. They still have Arthur Smith. They still have the same defensive coordinator who everyone hated last year. So, like, I don't think this changes anything. I think they're going to go 10-7. Maybe get an extra win because they have a good defense or something, 11-6. But I don't think they're going to win a playoff game again or win the division.
You plan on going to any Steeler games this year, given you're in Pittsburgh? Is it on your bucket list?
I should have gone last year when they played Dallas Week 5. Incredible game too, by the way. Loved watching that with a bunch of Steelers fans.
I think I was there at that game.
Were you? Week 5. Yeah, that was fun to watch with a bunch of Steelers fans. I let them hear it for days, weeks, years, probably years coming in. But I don't. It depends on the game. If I can get cheaper tickets, I don't like overspending for certain games, especially the Steelers. Well, I'm gonna sit there and hate watch the whole time.
Yes.
So,
well, I mean, too. If we take a look at it, I think our Dallas Cowboys have a way better chance than the Cardinals, than the Steelers. And I have to start already, and Austin's already given me the look. I think it's the time. It's just Dallas is ready. It's been our year.
Okay. So I'm gonna be as blunt as possible with the Cowboys. I think they're gonna. I heard their line is -7.5 for wins. If you don't hit that over, everyone who gambles that's gonna watch this, if you don't hit over on that, you are losing out on free money because there's no way they lose more than there's no way they lose or don't win at least 8 games. Do I think they're gonna win anything? I think they could win a playoff game. I think they're gonna be a lot better than people think because I feel like they're getting a lot of hate because their bad season last year. But I think so. I have them at 12-5, but their end of the year schedule is rough, so I can see them dropping 1 or 2 more. But I think they make the playoffs, and I think they compete for the division. I think the Commanders fall off way more. I think the Commanders don't even make the playoffs next year. So I think it's going to be a divisional race between Dallas and Philly again. And I think
Austin's face is just like cracking me up over there.
I think sophomore slump is a real thing. And I think Washington doesn't have enough overall brute force talent yet. We took their best edge. Dallas took their best edge rusher in Dante Fowler. That was their best edge rusher, and Dallas has him now. Dallas has the best wide receiving core in the well, I guess Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are like equal. But they have George Pickens, and they have CeeDee Lamb. Like, that's a great wide receiver core.
Jamar Chase T. Higgins?
In the NFC East.
NFC.
But I do agree that is by the best receiving core in the league. And then, I mean, Dallas is top 5 with the overall in the league. I would put in my top 5 for sure. But
my God, you share some of the same concerns that I've been saying for months, and I've just been getting bantered every episode.
No, you've been getting bantered because you're saying thing they're winning the Super Bowl.
That's not going to happen.
Yes, it is.
I will never predict. The reason I will never predict the Cowboys win the Super Bowl is because they disappoint me every year in the playoffs. So I'm gonna sit here and hope. I think that if something happens in the NFC where like if the Cowboys got, I think about like 2 years ago, like when the Eagles made the Super Bowl, like and lost to the Chiefs. If the Cowboys had that exact run, they also made the Super Bowl that year because they played against an injured no Brock Purdy that game. Christian McCaffrey was at quarterback, and then they played against who they play against the second round, the Giants. The Cowboys beat both those teams and they make the Super Bowl. So like I think the Cowboys need some luck to go their way. And I think they just haven't had any luck. And when they do have any luck, they blow it badly. But not luck, but when they get like a high seed, they just play against a team that's ready to outperform them, like the Packers 2 years ago, which is probably my least favorite like game I've ever watched in the history of sports. I cry thinking about it.
I mean, a strong concern for me has always been Dak Prescott. It feels like he's inconsistent at times. 1 year he looks great, the next year he's banged up. 1 year he looks phenomenal, the next year
And what do your Cardinals have? They're always banged up.
Okay, I know the Cardinals stink. That's the difference between us. I at least know my Cardinals stink. We're barely going to get 7 wins. He over here thinks the Dallas Cowboys are actually going to win the whole Super Bowl. So, Nick, would you like to tell Matt a little bet that we have?
Yes. So if they win, Austin has to shave all of his head. He will be bald.
Yeah, I'll be bald.
And if they lose, I have to get a mohawk. So I basically look like Angelo.
Okay. This is a straight up bet. Like if Cowboys win the Super Bowl versus if they don't, Nick, I'm sorry to hear.
Oh,
you're getting a mohawk,
Matt.
right?
I have confidence in the regular season. I think they're getting a lot of hate. The -7.5 line, is abysmal. That is disgustingly rude that they put it there, and the over is free. I even told my friend who's an Eagles fan to take that over. He's 21. He can bet, by the way. I told him to take that over, and he did. And he's an Eagles fan and hates the Cowboys because he knows there's no way they don't win at least 8 games.
Oh, that's crazy. I would take that.
Yeah, I know. The line is short, but I will say I don't know about winning the Super Bowl. I will hope for it. If they get a little bit of luck to go their way, I can see it. But my one prediction is the year the Cowboys get out the slump and make the NFC Championship, they will win that NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. That's my prediction.
Would that be this year, though?
Yeah, right? Is it this year?
I don't think it is.
It's tough. New O-line, like this O-line's like the interior O-line is young, but they look. I mean, Tyler Smith's really good, and they just drafted Tyler Booker. They have Tyler Guyton, another Tyler on the left tackle.
Line of Tylers.
Yeah, the line of Tylers. But Tyler Booker's a stud. I hope he performs well because Tyler Guyton, who was a rookie last year, underperformed. Like he was actually awful. One of the worst players I've watched. And if they're linebackers, they got a lot of linebackers. They got one from the Titans. They got one from the Bears. They drafted one. I think Jaden Blue's going to break out, the running back that they drafted late in the draft. I think he's going to be really, really good. So I think their run game's going to improve. And then they have a whole new coaching staff that we've never watched be coaches, like the Cardinals offensive line coach. Like he's our offensive coordinator. And then Brian Schottenheimer has never been a head coach yet. So I think their ceiling is unlimited, but I think they have a very low floor.
Something I always talk about, too, in all seriousness, is I feel like Jerry Jones at times gets in the way of the Dallas Cowboys' success. I feel like at times backstage politics and behind-the-scenes politics really gets in the way of the Cowboys' success because they really could be that next big team, but level of competition in the NFC East. I agree with your sophomore slump take. I believe Jaden Daniels is going to take a bit of a sophomore slump. I don't know if they're going to miss the playoffs entirely, but they're definitely going to not be as good as they were last year. I mean, we saw C.J. Stroud take a sophomore slump last year at the Texans, so I can see that. But the Eagles, man, they're so red hot right now. I mean, Saquon, Brown, Smith.
You think they go for a repeat, Matt? Is it their year? Like Chiefs back-to-back? Is it Eagles back-to-back?
I don't know about a repeat.
I think the Eagles lost like 3 edge rushers. They lost Milton Williams. They lost 2 other edge. I know they lost Bryce Huff. He's not good. They lost like 3. Josh Sweat, I think that's his name.
Cardinals.
I think they lost Josh Sweat as well. So they lost like 3 guys in their D line, but I still think they're gonna be good. But there's never been a repeat NFC East winner since 2000. So I don't know if I had to pick a team to win the Super Bowl. I would like.
Hey, who is your Super Bowl pick? That's good.
I don't know.
Please tell me it's the Cowboys.
It's not.
I want to say the Cowboys because that's my favorite team, but I don't like I can't say that because they disappoint me every year. I want to like pick like an oddball team, like maybe the Texans. Like they had a really good off seasons, and if CJ Stroud plays good, I could see them winning. Like they have a great O-line, they have a great defense. I mean, maybe them. I don't know. It's hard to tell right now.
You think it's Josh Allen? Like he's slumped so far almost every year. It's hard for him to get past like the Lamar too. Even Lamar has slumped too in the playoffs. What's it going to take for Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and their teams to finally get past their slump and make it to the Super Bowl and actually win it?
It's tough. Mahomes has made the Super Bowl like the last 5 years.
Yes,
he's made it 7 of the last 8 years. Like
yeah. The stats are pretty good with the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, the only one he didn't make was the Bengals-Rams year, right? And since 2020 or whatever, like it's been an unbelievable run for him in the AFC. So it's right now I'm not going to predict anyone outside the AFC except the Chiefs because I haven't seen it. No one's proven to me that they can do it. So it's tough.
Something you could say though, excuse me, if Cincinnati would have made the playoffs last year, Who knows? They could have.
They could have done some upset.
They could have made the run. They honestly probably could have had the Chiefs upper hand. Do you think maybe Cincinnati gets that upper hand this year? I mean, I know you're from right outside Cleveland, so you know Bengals, Browns, you know that rivalry too. Do you think maybe the Bengals could make some magic happen?
I mean, if they want to get a defense and not lose stupid regular season games that they shouldn't lose, like, I mean, you can't lose to the Patriots week 1. If they win that game, they make the playoffs. It's like you can't score 17 with Joe Burrow at quarterback, and you can't lose that game. You regular season doesn't matter, but it matters enough to where it changes your playoff scenario. But like, the playoff success is the most important thing. But like, if you underperform in certain games, I think if the Bengals were like played the Chiefs in like the second round, we could see something. But it's tough to say because the last time they matched up, the Chiefs won. So.
For sure.
What's going on with Joe Burrow and the Bengals? They've been banged up for years. They've been in a slump here for years. What's going on here? What's going to have to change?
They've had a quiet offseason too. They put all their eggs in one basket by signing T. Higgins to like a super max deal.
Yes.
Like, they gave T. Higgins as a wide receiver too that much money. Jamar Chase deserves his money. I think we can all agree. That's
for sure.
Easily a top 3 receiver in the league. Probably 1 for a lot of people. For me, probably 1.
Oh, really? He's your number 1?
Oh. Yeah, Jamar Chase, and then Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb would probably be my 2, 3.
Okay. Not a bad take.
Yeah. And then, I mean, but you have to put some money towards the O-line. You got to put some money towards that defense because you can't just rely on Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase to win you every game. Because Jamar Chase was unbelievable last year, and they missed the playoffs. He had like a career year, and they still didn't make the playoffs.
You think it's coaching? Is coaching the issue?
I was just about to say that. A lot of people are actually getting on Zach Taylor these last couple of years. And in all honesty, I mean, he took you to the Super Bowl in his second season coaching the team. So I don't necessarily.
And he sells too a lot towards like the end of the season when it's like critical in games. It's just like some of the plays that you think he would call, he does the complete opposite, and it's just they look foolish.
Yeah, Zach Taylor is probably his last year, I'd say.
Oh, really?
I would say like if you miss, he's on the hot seat. If he misses the playoffs this year, I'd call it. I mean, or if you lose first round, I'd call it for sure.
Okay.
Not a bad take at all. So when we look at the NFL overall now, there's a lot of different players out there, a lot of different teams. I want to get the team and the player specifically that you're looking forward to seeing the most. We'll go around the room. You can start us off, Matt. What team, what player are you looking forward to?
So I'm gonna quickly say the Cowboys and George Pickens with the Cowboys. I'm excited to see that, but I'm gonna ignore them and I'm going to go because I could talk about them for hours, of course, and I'm gonna throw out a million negatives with 10,000 positives. Like, I would say I really like even going into last year, I wanted to see the Texans do something because Stroud, Ohio State quarterback, won Rookie of the Year, had a sophomore slump. And then still won a playoff game because Justin Herbert's a bum, but that's a different story. Dak's actually better than Justin Herbert, 100%. And then I think, but thank you. I think C.J. Stroud.
I had to think about it. Yeah.
I think C.J. Stroud needs because they had a really really good. I mean, they got I'm blanking on his name, but they got the Vikings outside linebacker last year.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and then they ended up getting Joe Mixon. Like, they have a really, really good core. They just have to perform, and C.J. Stroud underperformed, which, like, held them back. I think that they're a sneaky competitor to win the AFC.
Sneak for the whole AFC?
Yeah, to win the whole AFC. Because, I mean, we haven't seen them. I mean, we saw them play the Chiefs, like, Stroud's rookie year, and they lost. But you never know. I mean, they killed the Browns in the playoffs. Joe Flacco threw 3 pick sixes. I think the Texans have a lot of potential to win the AFC. They just have to stay healthy, and Stroud has to play well.
Not a bad take at all. Nick, who are you looking forward to seeing this year?
Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins. Tua's been banged up recently, and I think I brought this up a few episodes ago too, that with this new trade deal between Minka and the whole Dolphin situation, this might be Tua's last year, given all the concussions that he's had. He's on the hot seat too as being a QB, and he kind of sold in overtime last season. They could have made it to the playoffs easily, but there was a lot of issues. So I'm looking forward to Tua this year. I'll even go with Tua for the Dolphins and their head coach, just because how their stadium is set up. I don't know if you know this, Matt, you probably do, that their side of the stadium is 10 degrees cooler than their opponents. So they have a little bit of an advantage. So even in the hotness and how it goes down in Miami, I'm really looking forward to Tua and the Dolphins to seeing if they can try and kind of change it up a little bit, shake it up, and actually make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, when Tua's healthy, they always win games. Like, that's the thing. Like, if Tua's healthy, they win games. It just comes down to the thing is sometimes the best ability is availability, and Tua doesn't have any availability anymore. So if he stays healthy, I could see them being a sneaky, like, 10-win, 11-win team.
Of course, it always feels like they always lose to the games, too, that's above 500.
Yes.
Like, they get the games that's under 500, but teams that have an above 500 record, it seems like they always lose to. I don't know what it is. It just seems like a curse. I'm going to throw out a wild card, Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. because a lot of people were looking at Sam Darnold and the Vikings last year and kept saying he's a system quarterback, system quarterback, system quarterback. With the Seattle Seahawks offense, there is no system there. He's going to be running his own system. So I believe that if Sam Darnold could take the Seahawks and at least make them a playoff contending team, get them above 500, get to that 9 to 10 win range, I don't think we can label Sam Darnold as a system QB anymore. So I'm interested to see that headline.
I just think Sam Darnold's slightly overrated. Not because of because his whole career he's been he just hasn't had a chance. But he's been consistently horrible his whole career. No offense to Sam Darnold, but he's been really, really bad his whole career. And then he has one good season. Everyone's like, oh, this guy's top 10. This guy's a dog now. Just needed a chance. And it's just like when you're bad for 8 seasons and good for 1, I can't just put you as a top 15 or top 10 player. That's why I think casuals started overrating him a lot.
I wouldn't say top 10. I throw him in top 20 though, maybe.
I think I have him top 20.
Do you? I know you actually said before the episode you had a bit of a QB list.
Yes.
I do have a QB list. I kind of rushed it. So I'll tell you the big things. So I have Kyler Murray at 18.
That's blasphemous.
How?
Oh no, it's
That's
not.
blasphemous.
So
who's above him?
If I name the guy, this is the thing. If I name the guys above him, you're gonna be like, dang, there might be only 1 or 2 guys he's actually better than. So the top 5, I feel like we can all agree on, or at least top 4: Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I feel like we can all agree on
Yes.
that. Jalen Hurts, Stafford, Stroud, Jaden Daniels at 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
I don't know the exact list. These can kind of change. I think Jared Goff's definitely better. I know he's had some playoff struggles. I know it sucks because I actually hate Jared Goff. I think that he's so mediocre, but he's been dominating in Detroit, and you have to give him credit for it. I have Dak over Kyler.
There we go.
I'll give you Dak over Kyler. I will.
Okay.
I'll give you Dak over Kyler.
I appreciate that.
I can accept that.
Jordan Love.
Hell no. No.
No, you have Kyler over Jordan Love?
I'll take Kyler Murray over Jordan Love.
Another blasphemous statement over there.
Brock Purdy.
Yes, come on.
It's close.
It's close.
I could see it.
It's close.
Bo Nix.
No, stop, Matt. Come on now.
Dude, come on.
Matt.
Rookie. Okay.
Bo Nix?
We'll say small sample size, but he made the playoffs last year. He was good last year. I'd rather have Bo Nix right now. What has Kyler done other than get hurt? He hasn't won a playoff game his whole career.
That's fair. I would say Murray's been a little more consistent, though. I mean, he has
I think he's a good player.
He's a good player. He's deep ball, dual threat. I mean, he's a little undersized compared to others. You can say the same thing about Bo Nix.
Matt needs to be on every episode because he just brings these hot takes that
Bo Nix. I don't know about that one.
I just love this because for once I'm not getting picked on for all my takes. It's Matt. It's in the hot seat. Matt, this list is spot on. Please.
Drake May, another rookie that played well. Listen, you gotta keep in mind. Okay, listen. The way I grade it is guys I'd rather have either overtime or win now. In any scenario, I don't see where any of these guys in the continue list. The one guy at 17 that's one spot above Kyler Murray is Geno Smith.
Oh,
I'm actually not mad at that because I've always had Geno and Murray back and forth, but Drake May?
yes.
Dude, he played well. I mean, I have Justin Herbert at 14, by the way, and people were telling me he's top 5. People were telling me he's top 10.
Absolutely not.
I think he's the most not okay. I had a roommate last year who thought Justin Herbert was terrible, and I hated him. I was like, dude, he's kind of good. And then I watched this guy do that in the playoffs against the Texans. That was disgusting, and now he's barely top 15 for me.
See, here's the thing with Drake May. This is the part that kind of bothers me a little bit. I actually really like Drake May because when he came to Pitt his final year at North Carolina, I was actually at that game, Tar Heels and Panthers. I have season tickets for Pitt, so I always try and go and support the Pitt Panthers. And Drake May came to town, and everybody in our section was hating on him. And I'm not going to lie, I was like, this kid's actually pretty good. He's going to make it to the NFL. He's going to do good things there. And when he was drafted that year, I was actually one of the few people saying I might like him more than Daniels. Obviously, I know Daniels came to fruition more, and he's much better than May is. But I actually am a big fan of Drake May. I just don't know if I could put him above Kyler Murray yet just because, again, these guys were only in their rookie years. They're still unproven to me. Nix did make it to the playoffs last year, which was great. May had an amazing campaign towards the end once he finally got in. Daniels was amazing. I mean, first quarterback to ever make it to a conference championship as a rookie. That's impressive. But is that going to continue in their second year? That's the only thing. I mean, maybe after this year, I might be a little more lenient. And don't get me wrong, I actually have Murray on the hot seat this year just because of the injuries and the inconsistency at times. But I've seen more of Murray's game. I've seen the Hail Murray. I've seen the comeback wins. I've seen him in the playoffs, even though he lost his 1 year he was actually in the playoffs. But I've seen him at an 8-0 record. Murray is good when he's at his peak. When he's not at his peak, though, obviously it's a detriment. And let's not forget, for the longest time, he was working with Cliff Kingsbury. He has a lot more flexibility. He has a lot more flexibility with Jonathan Gannon now. So I like your list. I just don't know if I could put those guys above them.
I will say, I'm very big on not judging guys after 1 year. Same thing with why I have Sam Darnold at 19.
I'm not mad at that.
So I am also kind of agreeing with you. It's hard for me to put guys after 1 year. So it's kind of hypocritical for me to have those guys above Kyler. The thing is Kyler, has made the playoffs once or twice in his career.
Once. He's
Yeah,
0-1.
like 0-1 in your career. Like he's been in the league since 2018, I believe, 2018.
Yeah.
And you only made the playoffs once. It's like winning is the most important thing, and I can see putting up Kyler Murray 2 spots and putting Bo Nix and Drake May below him, and that would still have Kyler Murray at 16. It's like he's still not top 15
I
for
still
me.
put him above Love and Goff. That's just me.
Jordan Love and Jared Goff.
I still put him above Love and Goff.
I don't know on
I
that.
still put him above Love and Goff.
I could see Love. I could see the argument for Love being overrated, but Jared Goff, I think Jared Goff's been overrated. People try putting him 5, 7, 6, 7, and I barely have him above. I think he's on the same level as Dak for me because Jared Goff is on a super, like, that is the perfect system for a guy to dominate. So I do see your argument with Goff, but because he is putting up these numbers and he's made an NFC championship, he just lost in the second round. Like, I gotta give credit where credit's due. And
I will say this: he's putting up monstrous numbers, but let's not forget he was carried by a heavy defense in LA with the Rams. That's why he made the Super Bowl that
agree.
year. And
I
I
do
mean,
agree.
look at that offense that he has with Detroit. That offensive line is incredible. He has a dual threat behemoth at running back. You got multiple receivers to spread the ball with Williams and Ross St. Brown. I mean, like, you put Murray in that system, Murray's also going to be right there in the NFC Championship. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I just have to judge by like what has happened. It's like hard to like do hypotheticals because you could say the same thing of like Jalen Hurts, who I have at 5 or like sometimes 6, 7. He's around that area because he has made 2 big games, just won the Super Bowl. It's like a Super Bowl MVP. It's like you can't deny that happened. Although I think Jalen Hurts is a system QB. He's the best system QB, and it's like the quarterback play of the league is kind of bad right now when you think about it.
It really is. It really is. I'm one player that I'm a little surprised I haven't heard is Aaron Rodgers. Where is he at on your list?
27.
I'm not mad at that at all, but I
He's
know
old.
a lot of people will be.
He doesn't win games. Like he's not gonna do anything. What's he gonna do with DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin? Like I don't like.
No.
Also, I hate the Steelers, so I'm gonna be biased and put them below. I can't stand that team. The Cardinals, I have no problem with at all. I just don't think they're gonna be great. What do you think the Cardinals like? How do you think they're gonna be? You haven't said that yet.
Yeah, right. He's all
I
quiet
think
over
they're
there.
going to stink. I think they're going to be
Okay.
right around that 7 to 8 win mark.
If that.
And you said Kyler Murray's hot seat, so that 7 to 8, that means he's probably gonna be gone.
I think will be gone because at this point, I mean, why? It's kind of the same thing that I've always been saying about Dak. He's inconsistent with injuries. 1 year he's great, 1 year he's hurt. 1 year is great, 1 year he's hurt. And the difference between Murray and Dak, and the reason why I give Dak more credit, Dak can finish games. At times, Murray can't finish games. He gets overwhelmed. He makes dumb decisions on third down. And I mean, the third down conversions are big in football, and Murray is one of the worst at it. I will admit that.
You think Murray comes to Pittsburgh after he's done at the Cardinals?
I mean, that's Pittsburgh's problem, but
Honestly, do you think that's a valid trade?
I mean, I could see it, but I mean, Pittsburgh's having a hard time even paying TJ Watt right now. So what makes you think he's going to take Murray's contract on?
Yeah, I have one hot take that I want to say since you mentioned TJ Watt's name. I think TJ Watt's the most overrated player in the league.
Thank you.
Oh.
So you're Myles Garrett over TJ Watt.
I think there's a realistic argument that TJ Watt is like the 5th best edge rusher in the league.
Well, I mean, he hasn't had a real stat since Christmas if you really think about it.
Oh, here we go with this stat again.
But that is true. But it's not just that. It's like when you look at like his time to get to the quarterback, his pressure percentage, his win percentage, his double percentage. He gets doubled less than Micah Parsons by a lot. He gets to the quarterback slower than Myles Garrett, slower than Daniil Hunter does, slower than Will Anderson did for the Texans, slower than Max Crosby does, like everybody, slower than Trey Hendrick, Aiden Hutchinson. Like the only reason he's really smart when he edge rushes. That's what I give him credit for is because he takes it. Like he also lines up like not blocked right away because he doesn't line up directly on the line a lot. He lines up as a linebacker, so it's easier to just like run through. He gets chipped, which is like the easiest way to draw a double team, but his double team percentage is like significantly lower than Garrett and Micah. So I didn't want to go off topic with this rant with Watt.
No,
but you
you're
mentioned his
100%
name.
No, that's
on
fine.
point with that one. I've been saying that for months. I mean, I like TJ Watt. He's a great player. He's an asset for the Steelers. But I mean, stats don't lie. Numbers don't lie. I mean, a 5-year loss on Christmas Day against Isaiah Pacheco is the last time he's made a real tackle. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and it's also like if you take away sacks, which is he's great at getting sacks. If you take away sacks, he's not a top 10 edge rusher in the league. I'm being so serious.
I agree with that.
Fully
agree.
I guess he also edge rushes every single play. Like basically, he just drops back into coverage like when they're up by 30 or something. Like
Not to mention, I don't know if you would agree with this or not, Matt. Doesn't it feel like at times, like on big plays, like on third downs, fourth downs, Watt's not out there? Like it feels like he's on and off the field so much. Maybe that's just the Steelers system by trying to get different guys in there, but it feels like on big plays with the Browns, we see Myles Garrett out there. We see Chris Jones out there at the Chiefs. There's times where Watt's nowhere to be seen.
And also the Steelers, like if you watch them play, they're like Patrick Queen did this so much, and I remember seeing it happen 5 times in a game. Minka did it in the playoffs against the Ravens too. Instead of tackling, they go to grab the ball and they try to strip him. I'm telling you, carefully watch like a full defensive game from the Steelers and watch. They instead of tackling, they just try to strip the ball, and that's why so many turnovers get forced is because they don't tackle. The same reason their defense implodes late in the season is because people figure that out. They're like, okay, we'll just protect the ball and they're not going to tackle us. That's the thing. That's the biggest thing that I wish people analyzed more. I promise you, watch that happen. It happens. I'm being so serious. Like, I put it on everything. They don't tackle people. They try to strip the ball, and that's why they force so many turnovers. And that's the biggest reason that Watt is, like, overrated for me is because, of course, they're going to, like, force turnovers when they don't care about tackling. That's what they try to do, like, over and over again. He goes to grab the ball. And that's why Patrick Queen had such a bad season. It's because he just stripped the ball the whole time and didn't tackle people.
Then go for the tackles. Nick?
Well, I was going to say, do you think Watt sticks around after this season? Because negotiations don't seem to really be getting anywhere. And if so, where do you think he goes? Or do you think he retires? Do you think his time's up?
I don't think his time's up. I think we have to look at the Micah Parsons contract situation because Micah's definitely going to stay in Dallas. I don't see a world in which he doesn't. But when Micah gets paid is when the Watt deal comes in.
Okay.
Once Micah gets paid, Watt's money is going to be like he's going to ask for more than Garrett and more than Micah. And based on the value that Steelers fans and the Steelers swear TJ Watt has, he's going to get paid more than both of those guys too because he's better by what people in Pittsburgh say. So I think if they do think they can afford it, I think TJ Watt's pretty upset right now at it. From what I'm hearing from rumors and reports, that he's not very happy that there's been like they haven't worked out anything yet or haven't even like tried it really. I think he probably just go to a team like Philly just randomly all of a sudden. So
I feel like the Steelers shot themselves in the foot here if you really think about it because, I mean, they were so invested for the longest time in trying to get Aaron Rodgers. They were all Aaron Rodgers. And I came on here and I even said, listen, if you don't get Aaron Rodgers before the draft, you shouldn't even bother signing him. Just give up at this point, roll with Rudolph and whoever you get in the draft, and then pray you get another quarterback next year. And then they finally signed him weeks after the draft. And that just shows Rodgers was toying with you. He got as much money out of you as he can. Now he's coming in the media saying he's going to retire after a year. If I'm TJ Watt, I'd be pissed off too because you're more invested in getting a 40-year-old quarterback who's not even going to be around after a year rather than paying the guy who has been here. And yes, at times he's been inconsistent and overrated, which we all can agree on. But if I'm TJ Watt and I'm a guy that's been here in the trenches for that long and you don't even focus on my contract, why would I want to come back? Well, I should just go to Philly. I should just go to Cincy or somewhere else where I'm going to get paid more. But I did want to ask you this. When we look at TJ Watt and we think about the other teams that he could go to, he's asking right now for a lot of money.
Yes.
I think the rumor that I read is he wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league, which I'm pretty sure is valued over $40 million. Do you think he's even worth that? I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. I honestly don't even think Myles Garrett was worth it because Garrett also has injury issues and he probably is. For me, Myles Garrett is probably the best defensive player in the league. But so TJ Watt doesn't deserve as much as he does, and he's going to ask for it. So no matter what, I would say no. There's no way he's worth that much.
Would you give him half of that? What would you kind of value Watt at?
I mean, half of for a guy that gets 20 sacks, like I can't say no to that for 30 mil. I guess is like what he's worth, maybe more. I don't know. Inflation in athletics is. Gilgeous-Alexander just got paid $72 million a year. So inflation in athletics is a real thing because that's just how the world and just how sports works. And he's gonna get a lot of money if the Steelers want to pay him, and that's their whole organization. Like their whole face is like Steelers fans swear that TJ Watt not getting Defensive Player of the Year is like winning the Super Bowl. So. That's how they talk.
Well, I was going to say, talking about all this and the market cap, what do you make of Dak and his record contract? Was that necessary?
No, it wasn't, especially because I thought what they should have done is let him play at least game one, which they ended up game one that he got paid. Pretty sure they lost. And then what they should have done, they should have let... Oh, no, it was the game before the Browns where they won, I'm pretty sure, last year or the year before that. Yeah. Last year, he won week 1 against the Browns by a significant margin. And so it looked like paying him was fine because they won the game. But for me, they reconstructed it this offseason, so that's good. But at the time, I do think that they should have let him play because he was coming off of an MVP year. He came in second for MVP. So I understand paying him, but they should have waited to see if he can perform in the playoffs, and then that's when they should have paid him. So I would have given it a year. But now that they reconstructed it, I'm a little happier.
What would you have given him? Would you have given him that record contract?
Probably $5 million less because, I mean, he was second MVP that year. He looked like the best quarterback. I thought he should have won it over Lamar. He was better statistically than Lamar. But, of course, they lost in the playoffs, and that's when you should have been like, you know what, we need this guy to win a playoff game before we pay him this super max. But I would have given him a little less, maybe $5 million less.
I can relate to that as a Cardinals fan because they very much overvalue Kyler Murray. I can be the first to admit that. I mean, outside of Deshaun Watson's contract, I would say Murray's is one of the worst right now in the league. It's god awful. And that brings me to the MVP point that you were talking about. Doesn't it feel like the MVP is just a quarterback award?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely,
Just
but
a favoritism award?
definitely, but I feel like we can all agree that there's a reason to it because the quarterback is like the heart of the offense, controls a lot of things. Of course, there's other things like Jalen Hurts' team. Jalen Hurts will probably never win an MVP. Like if he did, it was gonna be 2 years ago because he has a god roster, and if it's like, but there's a reason a quarterback is like it is a quarterback award because it's the most valuable position in football. It's like it makes sense. But I do think it is maybe slightly overvalued because you could argue like Justin Jefferson could have won it, like Jamar Chase could have. I mean, well, they didn't make the playoffs, but maybe some defensive guys
Even
like
Saquon you could have threw up there as well.
yeah. I mean, Saquon changed their whole game. I guess. I mean, their offensive line's elite too, but Saquon is what took them over the top. They needed that elite running back. They never had it, so. I feel like you need to start looking away from the MVP award, but Lamar and Josh Allen both had like career years, so I see why they won it. But the year that Dak should have won it 2 years ago would have been the year that you could have given it to like a Tyreek Hill or a Christian McCaffrey.
I want to move over to the NBA now. We talked on 2 jagoffs. I remember me and you had a little debate. It was over LeBron or MJ, who's the GOAT.
Yeah.
LeBron's actually back now for his 23rd season. Thoughts?
They just got DeAndre Ayton. Shout out the Lakers.
They
Got DeAndre Ayton. They're gonna be better. They have a center now. Finally, that guy's soft though, but they have a center now. LeBron apparently wants, from what I'm reporting, I've been in a lot of the NBA media recently with my Cavs Digest stuff, which I'll bring up later.
Yeah, of course.
Apparently LeBron wants to win now, and if he doesn't think they can win now, he's gonna leave. So he's just gonna opt out of his no trade clause and just see where he can go. Hopefully not to the Cavs, but that's a different story.
Aren't you a Cavs fan though? You wouldn't want LeBron
I wouldn't
back?
want LeBron back for the value for what you would have to send him, like 3 of your best players probably, clear up a lot of cap space, and he's making 50-something mil a year. Love LeBron, think he's the greatest player of all time, but he's 42 years old. Like he's 25 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists is still great, but I think he should be playing basketball still, but I think he should just come to the Cavs on a 10-day contract, vet minimum, and retire as a Cav. That's what I think.
Yeah, because you would think they would probably have to give up either like a Mitchell or a Garland, and like that's the last thing you would want to do is give up those guys.
Yeah, that's what you would have to give up, that and probably another piece.
Well, I think I brought up the point too, LeBron going and returning for his 23rd season. What's this chemistry going to be like? How is this going to work? He's getting old. And look at the team in general. How do you kind of work with this chemistry? How do you make sure that your team's still on tap?
Well, with him wanting to win now and saying if he wants to leave, is like they got a center now. They have Luka. They have Austin Reeves. Like they have a good core. Like it just comes down to like the playoffs. Now that they get a full year together, they get to settle in. It's going to be interesting to see. They have their center that they swore is what they needed for the last 5 years. So, but I think it'll be like around probably like a month in where we see how LeBron feels if the team can win now. In about a month, we'll see. Like a month into the season, he'll be like, "No, we can't win with this team. I'm leaving," and then that's what will change. But we'll see. I think LeBron thinks that they can't win, but if they want to plan for the future around Luka, then that's when he's going to leave.
I feel like something cool too about this past NBA season is the younger talent and the younger players starting to get a chance. I mean, when you look at the conference championship, there was Shea, there was Anthony Edwards, we had Tyrese Halliburton, we had Brunson, a bunch of new guys starting to make a mark. No LeBron, no Curry, no KD. What was your thoughts on this year's NBA playoffs? We had the Thunder win for the first time technically since they've been OKC.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on all that?
Obviously upset. I got the opportunity to go to Game 5 in Cleveland where they got eliminated from the Pacers.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Heartbreaking that we lost in 5 games to the 4 seed when we had a 64-win team. So obviously I was personally upset because I thought the Cavs were like a historically good team and they just disappointed in the playoffs again. But I was entertained by the Pacers like little run that they had. This Tyrese Halliburton, like he's got that dog in him run where like I've never seen a player be like, give me the ball, I'm scoring, game over. Like I've never seen a player. I have, but there's not many players that have that mentality where like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna get the ball and I'm gonna hit this shot and it's gonna be game over. And he did that so many times in the playoffs, and like so I respect him so much for that. It was entertaining for sure. The Thunder were historically like by the metrics they were like a top 5 team ever, so good for them. I was rooting for an underdog or the team that beat the Cavs to win it all, though, because that would have been like, you know, the Cavs lost to the NBA champion and a 4 seed won on like this historical run or whatever. That would have been cool to see. But it was an entertaining playoffs for sure. Like we had Thunder went to 7 against Game 7 NBA Finals is cool.
Game 7.
It was a decent game for the first half at least. Obviously Halliburton's so sad to see he went down. But you had Game 7, Denver versus OKC. Like, we had some solid playoff games.
No, for sure. And I mean, when you look at the Thunder too as an overall team, I mean, they had Shea, they had Shet, they had Dort. They have such a cool, unique team. And the playoffs itself this year really brought a new lighting, being able to showcase new talent, because we've always looked at the LeBron Jameses, the Steph Currys, the Kevin Durant's, like the players that's always been there. Even Giannis and Jokic are starting to get into that tier now. It's nice to be able to see some players go from stars to superstars now in the NBA. And I feel like this brings up a good debate, because you're mostly a basketball guy. I would say I'm a little more hockey than basketball, but I still respect both sports. A lot of people compare the Stanley Cup Finals to the NBA Finals. We saw 6 games with Florida and Edmonton. We saw 7 games with OKC and Indiana. I don't know how much you kept up with both. What would you say was your go-to? I mean, was there one that you preferred over the other? Do you think one is better than the other?
Good question. I think that NHL fans make it more entertaining, because I think NHL fans are passionate. Like, they swear that hockey's the greatest thing ever. The little four, like the All-Star thing they did this year with like the 4 nations, everyone was on me as the sign producer, because I was like, oh, I don't want to do a case of the week surrounding like the All-Star event, because that's what it is. It still was, but they swore it was the greatest thing ever. You know, it like only meant something to the players, because players and fans have this crazy mentality with hockey, and that's why hockey's cool. But for me, like outside, I think the NBA is kind of falling off, like with viewers and stuff. So if you are a hockey fan, I see why you prefer the NHL. But personally, like, we just watched the same teams last year. Like, we watched a 3-0 lead get blown in the NHL last year. That wasn't going to get topped this year. So I think the NBA Finals was better this year. We got Game 7, 2 teams that haven't been there yet in a while. While in the NHL, you got the same 2 teams last year.
That's the exact point I brought up too. Now, don't get me wrong, it helps Florida because Brad Marchand came over and did some great things. Bobrovsky, I feel like, solidified himself as one of the all-time goalies. But overall, I mean, you get 7 games, you get 2 different teams, and not only did you get 2 different teams, you got 2 different teams with different players that's never been there before. So whatever team wins, one player is going to mark his name in history. With Edmonton and Florida, it's, oh, cool, Connor McDavid finally won his first cup. Or, oh, cool, the Panthers won back-to-back years, which it's not like it's unlikely in the NHL. We just saw it a couple years ago with Tampa Bay. So it's not the end of the world there. But I fully agree with your point. I feel like overall the NHL playoffs are more of a vibe because of the atmosphere, because of the crowds, because of the electricity. But this past year, NBA was great, man. I was really invested in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, for the first time in a while. Like, I know the NBA is falling off, ratings are falling off, whatever. People swear that, like, it's bad right now. And I see why people think that, but these players are like, the NBA talent like is incredible. Like, even these guys that are backups are just insanely talented. Like, it's unbelievable.
For sure. So many teams are deep. I was looking at a comparison with the Mavericks, which I know we're going to get into in a second, and then the Rockets and a couple other teams, and their rosters, I mean, they go pretty deep. It's not just like it's the starting 5. Like, I was looking at some of the other players, like they got some elite squads out there. They really do. There's
a lot of sleeper teams for sure. That's why the NBA is such an oddball, because you never know. Like, it could just be one random run, and then like the Pacers, one random run, and it like before the All-Star break, they weren't even like supposed to be like a top 5 seed. They ended up coming hot after the All-Star break and made the finals.
Well, what do you make of ratings falling off? I think this brings up a good point with streaming, because streaming is taking over the world. What do you make of Netflix hosting Christmas Day for football? What do you make of, everything going to streaming? And now TNT has like kind of disbanded a little bit. Is the streaming the new envy of the world? How do you make of it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That's a good conversation. I would say for like NBA and TNT is so sad, but like seeing those guys that have hosted like every single game, like not being there anymore, but they're gonna go to wherever. What is it, Amazon Prime?
I think it's Amazon Prime.
Like that brings up another point. Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Are you gonna subscribe? It's $15. It's expensive. How do you get the old people to watch? Because that's who's really watching nowadays.
Yeah, it's weird to me because streaming is like even my family. We had cable for years. We got rid of it just for streaming services because we realized it saves money. Like, technically, paying cable and then this is like cheaper than getting a Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus package for $15 with Verizon. So it's like technically you save money, and it's like the older people, like, no offense to old people, but like, they're not going to be as familiar with streaming services as like they are just with their familiar cable. So I think because streaming services are evolving, it's like it makes sense for why athletics are moving towards streaming services, because it's so much easier to keep up with for like what the intended audience is for people that watch sports, like people our age and like younger adults. Those are the people that watch sports, are the intended audiences, and everyone's switching to streaming services.
For sure. And I mean, the revenue they're probably making off that too is just probably through the roof. And I mean, it took me the longest time to make the conversion from cable to streaming services. The final straw for me, you're both gonna laugh, was actually when Raw went to Netflix. As soon as it happened, I was like, now I gotta go into it now, because I had Peacock for the longest time to watch the.
And now they even charge that too for Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock, Netflix. So I'm finally in that streaming service sphere, but I mean, it's not a surprise that all these sports are taking advantage of it. I mean, wouldn't you if you were the owner of these teams? Wouldn't you if you're the owner of these? I would definitely do that.
Well, what do you make of all the different announcers too? I think too, TJ Watt being on Netflix for, well, not Netflix, JJ Watt being on Netflix for Christmas Day. What do you make of all the different, announcers, anchors, reporters, and different sideline reporters too for all the sports, cross-streaming platforms? Is this something we ever imagined going back to 2000, 2006? Is this something we evolved to today?
Yeah, I know. It's so weird how the evolution came about. Like the streaming services take over, cable goes to the ditch, and then you got all these guys who are just former athletes that want to be like Tom Brady. He's actually getting a lot better, I won't lie. Tony Romo, Cowboys legend Tony Romo, of course.
No thumbs down over there.
Do you think Romo's a bad announcer?
Not bad announcer or bad player?
Bad announcer. We'll say bad announcer.
You don't like Tony Romo?
I get annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. Romo annoys me. I'm one of those guys. I appreciate his analysis. Look, Matt, here's the thing. He's really critical, and I love the way he calls games because he's very unbiased. I just can't stand his voice. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. That makes
Thank God
sense.
you're not on my TV. Muted you.
You be on mute. I don't want to hear it.
Me?
Yes, you, damn it.
Hey,
You be on mute.
Hey, me and Austin called a doubleheader basketball. My color commentary analysis. I think Austin was killing it on play-by-play. That was a demon.
That was a great game right there. You should have listened to that one, Nick. We were killing it.
Oh, you were on it. That's why I didn't listen. I was going to listen because of Matt, but he wasn't solo.
Does this happen every episode?
This happens literally every episode.
I love it. Now, this is content. You guys should be watching. Well, if you're here, you're watching. Anyway. Yeah, no, honestly, it's just like announcers make games better or worse. Who's that old? He's really old now. Ian Eagle? No, he's
Ian Eagle?
Ian Eagle's younger, right?
He's younger.
He's the younger one.
Oh, there's Al Michaels.
Al Michaels
is so boring now. Oh, I can't. Touchdown Chiefs. Like I can't stand that. Like put me on there, man.
Yeah.
I watch Al Michaels and I'm like, dude, like.
What about Joe Buck? You Joe Buck guy?
I think Joe Buck. I
Yes.
don't know how he's hated. He is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Buck and his team love.
I've always been a fan of Joe Buck. I've actually watched clips of him when I was calling high school football just to try and resemble him a little bit. Because Joe Buck is he's really good. I mean, he's passionate too for his age. Like, you want to know who he reminds me of, Matt? You'll appreciate this. Michael Cool.
Okay.
I see a
like
lot
that.
of similarities between him and Michael Cool, and Michael Cool's another one I try and base my commentary off of.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think Joe Buck. I think a lot of passionate baseball fans hated him.
That's fair. Okay.
I think that's where it came from. But I think he's the best baseball commentator we have. Like he's good.
No, for sure.
Like
He's
those guys are
good.
biased. A lot of them are so biased to the Yankees. I can't stand that. Oh my gosh, they're so biased to the Yankees. A lot of them are.
I would say I like Kevin Harlan too.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yes,
Kevin Harlan's
Kevin.
great. Mike Breen's really good. Kevin Harlan is phenomenal. Slightly better, but Mike Breen's really good. Obviously, for college football, you got Gus Johnson.
Oh, Gus Johnson's a legend, yeah.
But it's weird because Gus Johnson sometimes is too
He's a little too
enthusiastic. But I kind of like it, especially as an Ohio State fan. He calls a lot of the games, so
There's nothing wrong with that fan rule too, because I mean, like in WWE, we see McAfee versus Graves. I love them both because Graves gives the analysis side, and then McAfee he kind of comes in as a fan. You kind of see that with Gus Johnson too in college football. It's, touchdown! Oh my gosh!
I love it. I love when announcers make games. So to answer your question, it's like you wouldn't expect to see how many players are getting more into it. I wish guys like us just had chances to be on the NFL, but it's not that easy. Obviously, Joe Buck came from nepotism, but he's phenomenal, so it doesn't matter.
He's evolved. He's rising in top of announcing.
Yeah, so I think the art of broadcasting has evolved so much because so many people want to get into it now. They're like, you know what, me, I'm not an athlete. You can tell by looking at me. I'm not an athlete. I played
You're not an
basketball
athlete?
in
I
high
thought you
school.
were.
I like to go to the gym, and I played basketball in high school, but I'm not a professional athlete. So I was like, how can I keep myself in athletics? Let's, make people sound good and sound bad on broadcasts.
Yeah, that's pretty much the motto we live by. I feel like this is a good transition then. Who's everyone's favorite broadcaster here? Broadcaster, reporter, just in general? Matt, you're a guest. You can
I think Kevin Harlan, because when I started getting into basketball, it was 2010 because I got a PS3 for Christmas and I got 2K, and Kevin Harlan has always been the 2K announcer for years. And but then once I started watching basketball around 2011, I started watching a little earlier, but I got really into it in 2011. I heard his voice and I was like, dude, this guy's good.
He's good.
And then now that I'm in it, I look back at it and I tend to appreciate it more now. But
that's a good one.
I think Kevin Harlan and then Joe Buck would probably be my second favorite.
Okay, Joe Buck, Kevin Harlan.
I'm a Tony Romo guy.
Oh my lord.
I like Tony. You can't go wrong with Tony.
I like Tony. I don't hate Tony. I don't love Tony. I think I think he's good.
He's good. He's good to listen to. He puts everything into perspective.
I see the reason of like disliking someone for their voice. Like I
Right.
can understand it. Someone's like annoying, but like I think Romo's good.
Romo's respectful. I'll respect Romo. How about
Okay.
that? I'll respect Romo.
Oh, watch. He's going to pick not even a household name. He's going to pick someone out of the blue.
Well, I think Matt already knows who I'm going to go with.
Probably Michael Cole, right?
Michael
Yeah.
Cole. It's Michael Cole and Joe Buck.
I understand Michael Cole. I think Michael Cole, especially with how long he's been doing it.
Yes.
I need to look into like his storyline about how he ended up becoming like the face of WWE.
It's crazy. He was a backstage reporter for the longest time, did stuff behind the scenes. Now he's like head of all broadcasting there, head of all the creative with that.
Good for him. He's been there for years. And then they made him like a storyline character, had him fight at WrestleMania against Jerry Lawler. Like
That was
crazy
great.
stuff. Shout out, dude. I love Michael Cole. That guy is a legend and great guy too, from what I know.
I will say Graves is another one. I mean, Graves has been stepping into play by
Great
play.
guy. Met him twice.
Yeah, thanks. Making me jealous over here. I met him once, but it was brief.
Okay, I'm happy you met him at least.
We were driving through the south side. I was on my way home from camp, and I was on my phone, and my dad, he was like, hey, I think I see Corey Graves and Carmella. I'm like, what? And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, they're right there. And I look outside the window. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, you got to say something. You got to say something. He rolls down the window, and Corey actually came over to the car and talked to us for a few minutes. He's a great guy.
Yeah, no, super cool. I love Corey Graves. We'll see what we could do, get him on sideline, but hopefully just get him back to Point Park, talk to some students.
I don't know if I can necessarily reveal this on camera, but I was recently talking to Bernie, and Bernie was recently talking to Corey. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll tell you off camera, but he was in some cahoots there, and Bernie was like, "Hey, I mentioned your name to Corey Graves," and I said, "Did you?" And I was like, "What did he say?" And Bernie was like, "He said that he thought he saw your stuff on social media, and he remembers you being a good kid." I'm like, "Oh my God, Corey
Austin
Graves."
Cairns being a good kid. This guy have the what? I don't know about that.
Oh, don't you start? Don't you gamble $600 a week at bingo?
No.
Don't you gamble $600 a week?
No.
That's what I thought.
win.
Oh,
I'm buying the belt practically
Yeah.
for 2 jagoffs.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's been our belt investor. But yeah, no, Corey Graves is a legend. I'd say Corey's another one.
Aren't you a legend? You're a legend for being here and for all the games that you've called at Point Park.
I like to solidify myself as a Point Park. I think I am like as humble as possible. No, I don't.
You're the top broadcaster that they have besides Austin.
Well, first of all, thank you like a lot. This means the world to me. But I think it's just about like how I came from and how I screwed my own life over when I was younger. Like just being a bad kid, having no work ethic. I got a job at 15 and all I did was work. But I didn't care about my grades. Didn't care about anyone else other than myself. I was so selfish. Like, hey, look, I'm working and I don't care about school because I'm making money right now. Like, and then I came here and I was like, I got to take every opportunity to me. And now I'm to the point where I'm trying to give it back. Like Austin, like I've tried giving Austin opportunities to my I really can, and I want you to come to sideline, see what I can get for you as well, and just like now that I'm at the point where like I'm gonna make sure I'm successful, but I want people around me to be like, you know what, like that Matt guy is like, you know, like he's helping me do this, he's helping me do that, because like, and that's just what I'm trying to do right now. Of course, I want to be the guy calling games. Of course, I want to be the guy producing sideline, but at the end of the day. It takes a team to be successful.
It takes a leader to be successful.
Yes.
And I mean, I brought that up on 2 Jagoffs without being too sentimental. I mean, I thanked you for those opportunities, like the whole Mike Fetchko conversation. You're the one that immediately threw my name out there. And if it wasn't for that, a lot of my opportunities would have came up. But I will say this too. Every broadcaster that I've talked to, every athlete, every politician, everyone that I've interviewed, just talked to, networked with, they probably told you the same thing too. It's all about paying it forward.
Yes.
Pay it forward. And that's something Greg Brown actually told me too recently. He's like, you got to pay it forward. He's like, me coming and talking to you, going to talk to students is my way of paying it forward. Yeah, you got to be selfish in the sense that you want to take those opportunities for yourself, but it's never wrong with giving someone else a shove in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I mean, Matt, do you want to stay local or do you want to try and get to other areas? I mean, what is your dream job? Is it networking with the Pirates and calling games? Is it networking with the Steelers and calling games? What do you want to do? Locally, abroad, another country?
This is a good question. So my barber actually asked me this yesterday.
Barbershop conversations.
Yeah.
Those are the best conversations.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah. I told him like no matter, I don't have a set goal. Like, so one thing I mentioned is Cleveland's getting a WNBA team, and I'm big into women's basketball. I love calling the women's basketball games at Point Park. So if something lines up in 2028 where like they're gonna be looking for people for the Cleveland WNBA team in 2028, like I might be able to be the first one in. So when I graduate here, my goal is to just get any sports broadcasting job, whether it's on camera, whether it's behind the scenes, producing, directing, whatever, even if it's something small, and then hopefully build up something to where like 2028, like the Cleveland WNBA team or something bigger in the future. But just something small anywhere. I'm willing to travel wherever. To give you the honest answer, I don't have a set goal of like Pittsburgh or Cleveland. Like it depends where I end up. If I get a big gig in like California, actually that might be a push. it's expensive to live down there. But if I get like a big gig, like
You might get a record contract like Tony Romo, so who cares what the price is?
If that happens, if something like that happens, I'm down. But at the end of the day, like if I can't say no to a big gig no matter where it is, even if it's like across the world, it depends. Like if I'm calling like the World Cup in like, I don't know, in like Argentina or something, you never know. That's actually coming up too. So there's going to be jobs open for that. I know.
The opportunities come up too, and I mean, both of us could probably agree with this. We're all in on traveling. We're all in and getting out, getting our names out there, putting ourselves. I mean, we do it on LinkedIn all the time. We
Yes.
do it with all of our social medias and stuff. I know you've been doing some stuff too recently. I kind of want to backtrack because you mentioned this earlier, and I feel like this is important. When we would be doing you a disservice if we didn't bring it up.
Yes.
You've been doing a lot with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You mind sharing?
So it's indirectly with the Cavaliers, but it is for the Cavs. So there's a media company who has YouTube channels for a lot of different sports teams. I don't know if they have a Cardinals one yet, but if they do, I know who to send it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Hell
don't
yeah.
think they have a Cardinals one
appreciate
yet.
you, Matt.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
So we basically just make like 8 to 12-minute videos talking about the Cavs, like storylines. You're basically just making YouTube videos. It's really fun. Obviously, it's not biggest thing of money yet. Like the money's not there, but it's fun and it's easy to do, and you just kind of give storylines and news of what happens. I post almost every day now, so subscribe to Cavs Digest, a little self promo. Watch my Cavs videos. There's 2 other co-hosts now. And it's a lot of fun just to like be able to talk about the Cavs. And it's another good resume opportunity because I'm on camera. I'm creating the storylines. I'm creating like my graphics. I'm the one, my personality is sharing the news. So it's really, really good, especially for the Cavs. So maybe in the future, like if the Cavs need a radio guy, I could tell them like, hey, I've been like doing this. And it's just a good resume thing. So I've had a lot of fun with it.
It's working your way up in the business. And like the
Yes.
wrestling terms, it's called paying your dues.
Yeah.
Doing the stuff you may not want to do or doing the stuff that's like maybe not be as important now, but like you can use it later on.
Yeah, I'm Stardust right now.
You're Stardust right now. Yeah, I love that reference. I love that reference. Look, something that me and Nick talk about all the time is the summer of grind. I don't know if you heard this phrase or not. I've been throwing it around a lot on social media. He has too. And there's a real meaning behind it. This summer, we've been trying to put in, especially me, as much content as possible, as much stuff out there, and just making the connections, making the networking. You've been doing the same with a lot of the stuff you've been doing. Why is it so important, though, to you to be able to go 7 days a week, 365 days a year, all in on this? Because if you're not all in, you're not going to make it in life. And I feel so many people out there, I'm not going to call out people specifically, but so many people want to take this summer just to relax. And there's nothing wrong with taking a vacation, going on a break. I'll be in Erie in 2 weeks. So you need that mental health reset. But in this career, there is no breaks.
Yeah. I feel like it's because for me, it's like, if you love what you're doing, like this is so much fun. I think we can all agree sports broadcasting is awesome. Like talking about sports, just being in sports media is like sick. So I think like the fact that I'm able to do the summer, I don't have to go to class. I mean, I have to do my RA stuff. I have to do this, but like, I mean, I can put full focus. Like when I'm not doing RA stuff, I can put full focus into like work and like sports stuff. Because in the summer, you don't have to go to school. You don't have to go to class unless you like need a summer class or something. But for the most part, you don't have to be up, 8 a.m. every day going to class and then getting home at 6 and then going to sideline on Tuesday. Like this is my time to like just fully focus on making connections. And I'll be honest, since making my Cavs Digest videos, 5 guys that work for Cleveland sports that have at least 25,000 followers on Twitter have followed me, and I don't even post on Twitter.
That's
so, like,
crazy.
That is crazy.
That shows you that there's multiple people that saw Cavs Digest and got like found out who I am and followed me on X, and now I can use X as like a platform to like just share my sports takes. I post like esports stuff on there too, a little bit of that fan, but I'm able to just completely talk about sports. It doesn't matter where it is. You have 5 followers, post something about sports. This, you might post one podcast that gets 1,000, the next one might get 100. It's like, still post it because you never know when one person's going to share it with the next, one person's going to share it with the next, or you're going to have Roger on or Greg Brown on, and those guys are going to tell people, hey, look at the podcast I'm on. Like, you never know. Like, one Cavs Digest video, my old ones, they got 400 views. Now, if I don't crack 1,000, it's a disappointment. That's how it is. And I've only been there 3 months.
And that's all about the grind.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all about the grind. That's awesome, though, man. I'm happy that those guys followed you back.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
I mean, do you set goals for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly hold myself to a higher standard because I've never held standards for myself, which is why, like, I go to the gym a lot now because I've made excuses for not, I've always wanted to, but I'm like, oh, I can't do this. And not everyone should go to the gym. If you don't want to, don't do it. But I'm saying for something I've always wanted to do, I've never, like, set my mind to it. That's always, I want to be really strong, but I'm too lazy to do it, right? That was my mindset. Yeah. And that's why I was always disappointed in myself. And now for me, it's like, I didn't know what I wanted to do before, like, the July I came here. Like, a month before I came to Point Park, I knew what I wanted to do. So now it's like, I'm going to graduate, and if I don't make this set amount of money, I think it's going to be a disappointment. If I don't get a job doing this, it's a disappointment. Like, I swear to myself I'm getting a post-grad sports broadcasting job, and it's going to be ready within the month of which I graduate. I'm making that promise to myself.
Are you a senior this year?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have, like, a year to prepare.
I'm trying, man. I'm in contact with ESPN guys on LinkedIn. Like I'm reaching out to people left and right. I'm trying.
That's awesome, and that's what you should be doing. It's
Yeah.
around that time for everybody around our age that should be doing that.
That's why I think you guys with the summer of grind, like you guys got good futures ahead of you. I promise.
I appreciate that, Matt. You do as well. You do as well.
Appreciate it.
We kind of took the question out of my mouth and was saying about what you wanted to do post-graduate.
Yes.
I was actually just about to talk about how we're both seniors, but we can still
Okay.
kind of work with this. So we're both going into our senior years.
Yep.
I actually plan on trying to stay for a master's degree.
Oh.
I don't know if I...
Damn. He's not escaping. Darn.
Shut up over there. Don't you start. You're a sophomore.
I'm in the sophomore
Young
slump.
guy.
There
Yeah,
we go.
you're in your sophomore slump.
Dude, sophomore year is big different from freshman year, but I've thought about this. If you can get your master's for free, do it. I'm also in the same path.
That's
If I can get my master's degree done in 2 years and then but like if I time it right, I graduate my master's in 2028, then go to the WNBA with the Cleveland WNBA team. I could line it up correctly, but we'll see, because obviously I've had not to hype myself up or anything, but I've had opportunities outside of sports, outside of UVU and sports comm, with the student life staff and then the pre-college program staff now. So I have a lot of master's degree opportunities open for me. And maybe I could be I don't know, a grad coach who just helps out teams practice, whatever. If I can do that, then I might consider it, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of GA opportunities. I've been in talks myself actually with a couple of people within school comm even just for possible GAs, and all of those would pay for your tuition fully, which is crazy, which is why I love Point Park as well. That's why I want to stay for the Masters. And I was going to ask, was there any other ultimate goals you have? Is WNBA maybe what you really want to do? Because I'm not going to lie to you. Women's basketball, man, it is really up on the uprise.
Yes.
And I talked to, I don't know if you know Keandra Brown or not. She was a women's basketball player at Duquesne University. They did a whole New York
I saw
Times
the promo. I saw the promo.
You did see the promo?
Yeah, I saw the
Okay.
promo.
She was they did a whole New York Times article on her because she's one of the first female players to make wearing a hijab popular while playing basketball. And she shared her story. We talked for a while, even off camera. We went to Chipotle afterwards and we talked. And just her talking about her love for women's basketball really made me start to appreciate it more. And then obviously calling women's basketball with Point Park, being able to cover women's sports outside of it back at home in Carlington. It's really on the uprise, man. It's really cool to see. I mean, is that something that you would want to be a part of? Because I feel like all of us can agree on that.
I think it's I think it's going to be not easier, but I think it's because it's a growing business. Women's basketball, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, those two girls put them on the map. I know Angel Reese is controversial for her opinion sometimes, but they really, really helped women's basketball. Haley Van Lith, a lot of just women's basketball players that put the time into the grind, and just I think it's a sport that I've always appreciated because I feel like college women's basketball is probably my favorite sport to watch, honestly. I feel like they're the most passionate athletes. I feel like all they want to do is win. They don't care about becoming a pro. They all just want to go out and put everything on the line and win more than anyone I've ever seen, and that's what I love, especially because women's college players don't get paid. I mean, they get obviously scholarships and stuff, full rides, but they don't really get paid to be there. They just want to win. It's all about winning for them and what happens after. So
No, that was a point that I always brought up too. I'm one of those people that always enjoyed women's March Madness more than men's March Madness. No, don't get me wrong. I love the chaos of March Madness. I love being able to bet on it, talk about all the different games. I mean, our good buddy Ryan Quinn, me and him were going back and forth in New York City on the March Madness games. He had Louisville, I had Creighton, so we were just battling at a diner watching that game. And I was just always in love with the women's basketball stuff because it seems like they have more heart out there.
yeah, I know. I agree. I think for the last couple of years, it's been a preference to women's. Last year was iffy because men's had 4 1 seeds. It was the madness wasn't quite there. But I had Florida winning it all since
Did you? Me
January.
too.
I told my friends in January, I was like, yo, this Florida, it was the first time they beat Georgia. I was like, yo, this team's going to win March Madness. And they were not the best team in the country at the time. And everyone's like, we'll see. And then they ended up winning. So shout out my ball knowledge for that one.
Yeah, shout out the Gators. I'm a big Clayton guy, so I enjoyed watching Florida a lot last year. That's why I picked them. And Cooper Flagg, I mean, I enjoyed him, but I don't know. Duke's iffy when it comes to
Ohio State's not good at basketball anymore, so I can't root for anyone. I just got to root for whoever I pick.
You just got to root for your pick.
Is WNBA on the uprise?
Yeah.
Is
for
women's
sure.
basketball going to be the number one almost in the upcoming years? Because I feel like since Caitlin Clark has made this move, she's been watched and followed closely. Is this the spark of a new era, of a new basketball era?
I mean, think about it. They have a 3-team expansion. I'm pretty sure it's Detroit, Cleveland in 2028, and then 2028 is Cleveland, or 2029 is Detroit, 2030 is Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yeah.
So 3 local teams, by the way. I don't know if I'll move to Detroit or Philly to work with WNBA, but that's 3 teams all in our area that might need some people in 2029, 2030. It's the expansion's there, and these women's basketball players are they're emotional. They're like emotionally attached to the sport, which I love more than anything. Obviously, like NBA players are too, but I feel like NBA players get paid so much more. They have a reason to be bad. Like, if that makes sense. Like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could go out next year and not win MVP, average 25 a game, which is like 7 less than he's averaging right now. I don't see him doing that, but NBA players don't have every reason to want to win. They have, like, you could play good, get paid, and you're good. Like, you're going to be set for life. Not all NBA players get paid enough a year to be set for life like NBA is. That's why I appreciate the WNBA, and it's definitely rising for sure.
I fully agree with you. I mean, I think it was Plumlee. His yearly annual was more than Caitlin Clark's.
Disgusting.
That's disgusting.
That's gonna change soon though, I think, because I think WNBA's getting more viewers, and that's the thing is like they make less money, so it's harder to pay people. But now it's gonna change. They now don't have to fly economy anymore. Like they can fly like privately, so that's one big step for them. I think big things are happening with the women's basketball, so shout out to them.
We need to get a team here in Pittsburgh.
I know. I would love. I mean Philly, but
You gonna be the head coach? You and Matt?
Me and Matt. I mean, we could probably coach that team.
or we could be the commentating duo.
We'll be the commentating dude. Yeah.
I would love that so much, honestly, just to be a commentator for women's basketball.
That would be the dream right there. But
I'll be on the sidelines.
yeah, you could be the reporter.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You could be sideline reporter. There we go. We got a whole broadcast.
There we go.
already.
We have a whole broadcast.
We have 3 on-air guys already.
3 on-air guys.
2028 Cleveland. Cleveland's women's basketball team. I don't remember your name if you have one yet, but you got 3 guys ready.
3 guys right here. Steel City. We're
Yep.
locked and loaded. Now, I don't know why Pittsburgh doesn't have an NBA or WNBA team yet. Like, I would say we're a basketball city.
Yeah, I mean,
We're on the uprise for that. I mean, we sold out March Madness a couple years ago when they
Yes.
were
yeah, PPG. I don't know if there's just anyone for them to play. I mean, Pitt basketball. People care about Pitt basketball. People care about Duquesne basketball. Made the March Madness.
They did.
Not this year, but the year before. There's hope, but I don't know about getting an NBA team. The NBA expansion hasn't happened yet because the viewers are like low, so they have to bring that up first. But the game, a lot of people watch Game 7. It was one of the highest viewed games in a while.
For sure. I feel like if any NBA city's going to get a team first, it'll probably be Vegas before Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Vegas has the money right there.
Or Seattle because they had one before.
Yeah, Seattle had one before. I could see Nashville even get one, so I don't know.
I think Pittsburgh's just. I don't know if they want one, to be honest.
Probably not.
Don't you want to attract more people to the city, just like the draft is going to attract 700 to a million people in the city?
Yeah, I feel like that would be a good way to attract more people to Pittsburgh. We definitely need to be going to the draft. I wonder if there's gonna be any sports com opportunities for that.
There should be. I feel
like we should have stuff set up. Maybe we can make like packages on it. I'm down to make a package on it.
Yeah. I'll tell you off the record. I know some stuff about the draft.
Okay.
I'll let you know about that.
You better watch what he says, because sometimes he says his off-air stuff is just like not even non-scoop takes.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I just don't want to stir the pot with anybody, you know.
Oh, you do anyways on this podcast. Why not continue?
I mean, you're the Cowboys fan over there that thinks they're going to the Super Bowl, so I don't want to hear from you.
They could.
They could.
I don't know if they will, but we'll see. I'm gonna be optimistic about it. I'm not gonna predict them to do it, but I will say if they do it, all the hate that's happened over years for the Dallas Cowboys is gonna look real good when I get to bash everybody's heads.
Everybody.
Oh, I can't wait for that day. You know, this podcast will be blowing up when that moment happens.
I mean, wouldn't you say the hate's warranted, though, at least? I mean, there's so
Depends.
many Cowboys fans out there that just say it every single year. We're going to the Super Bowl. You know we're going to be in the Super Bowl, right? You know we're going to be there.
Yeah,
I'm not one of them.
I'm not one. I'm
Yes, the hell you are. What are you talking about over there? What sort of Pepsi have you keep it up over there?
I'm definitely not one of them, to clarify.
You're not.
I'm not one of them. But I do jokingly say, yo, they're just going to win it all this year. But I say it as a clear troll and rage bait to my friends.
I do too. Austin thinks
It's serious.
Don't you? No, you.
Is it
you
serious?
know they're going. No, he knows they're going.
He
He
knows
thinks-
it.
they're
I
all
mean,
going to the Super Bowl.
I'd be down to see it. I'm happy with the prediction. I hope it
And
happens.
if they do, we're going, Matt. Us two will go. We will
If
get the tickets.
I can afford tickets to the Super Bowl and the Cowboys are in it, I'm down.
We're going. Austin, you're going to tag along with us just to film and vlog for us.
Okay.
If the Cowboys make the Super Bowl, Austin buys the tickets.
I buy the tickets.
Austin
Great.
buys the tickets.
Nah, you don't have to.
With my money, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what, though. I at least know the Cardinals aren't going to go anywhere because I know they stink. I mean, let's think about it like this, Matt. This is
Look
not
who
that-
their biggest supporter is. One and only.
Here's the thing with the Cardinals. The last time they won a championship, put this in perspective for a second. They never won a Super Bowl. They only been to it in 2009. Last time they won it was 1947.
I wasn't even alive back then.
World War II was going on, boys. World War II.
That's awful to think.
Yes.
about. I mean, they've made one more recently than Dallas has, but that whole conversation goes away after this year, right?
Yes.
After this
No.
year.
Yes,
everyone's gonna be
after
like,
this year.
Hey, the Cowboys made the Super Bowl and won it this year, right? That's what's going to happen.
Where were we? Which restaurant were we here in downtown that I looked up on the wall and I said, oh, Papa Allen's Pizza. Wasn't it Steelers and Cardinals?
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, look what it is! It's Steelers and
It
Cardinals."
was the San Antonio Holmes catch in the back of the
Yes.
end zone.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, it was that picture
Austin was
frame.
not very happy after I pointed that out.
Dang, you guys were like the craziest play away from like winning a Super Bowl.
We were.
Didn't happen.
So, thanks. Thanks for reminding me. I was
you're
watching that
welcome.
game live as a little kid. It broke my heart.
I will say, like, is that the worst loss you've watched as a sports fan? Like, for you
Yes,
personally?
easily.
What's yours as a Cowboys fan? What's like? Is there a loss you could think? For me, the Dez Bryant catch. I remember watching my dad. I was heartbroken. But I think 2 years ago when we were the 2 seed, 12-5, and we lost to the Green Bay Packers by like 16. They scored 48 in the first round. I'll never forgive them for that.
There's no specific play. It's just when the win is handed to them and they still can lose. Like if you can do that in the regular season, my God, by the time you get to the playoffs and Super Bowl, there's no time to make mistakes. Mistakes are for a regular season. Once you're in the playoffs, if you make a mistake, you can say goodnight to your season right there. You can go right on the couch.
I don't know how much you're going to count this one, Matt, because it's WWE. And, WWE scripted compared to other sports. But when Undertaker's streak got broken, that was a heartbreaking one, too.
Have I told you that I think I hate Brock Lesnar? Have I met?
You might have, but you can say it again if you want.
You know what? Before, like, after that was like that wasn't a cherry on top. That was like the start. Wow, like this guy just gets every push he wants. The 2022 Rumble, this guy loses his championship, returns. Oh no, this guy loses his championship, comes in at 30, and just wins the Royal Rumble. Then wins the Elimination Chamber, then gets the WrestleMania main event. Oh my God, I hate Brock Lesnar. I hope he never returns. He's a weird guy too, apparently.
Very weird.
I actually hate him as a person and a wrestler, and just how Vince McMahon treated him, especially now after all that Vince McMahon stuff came out with Brock Lesnar. Disgusting. And I see why, and I hate Brock Lesnar so much, and I'll never forgive him for the streak, so I understand why. And even though it is scripted, it's still like we're invested in like who wins or not.
It broke my heart. I was like, what? You let him lose to that? And then the Roman Reigns one just pissed me off. But that one, I was like, what? You're actually ending this streak to him, of all people? And then finding out he was concussed afterwards, too, is just the craziest part.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That was all. But I would say the Cowboys 2 years ago loss was probably my hardest.
Cowboys
and then,
lost.
The Cavs game 2 against the Pacers this year, they blew a 22-point lead, and we had 3 of our starters injured. So we had one starter and our 6th man were all injured. So like we weren't supposed to win the game. We could have stolen one. We'd go up by 20 and we blow the lead. I'm pretty sure we were up, I think 10 with like 50 seconds left, or like 7 with like 50 seconds left and lost. Those are some heartbreaking losses as a sports fan. Those are the worst. But that Packers loss 2 years ago with the Cowboys up. We go down 26-0 at halftime when we're the 2 seed at home, and we were undefeated at home going into that game. That game makes me cry, honestly, thinking about.
Well, since we're talking a lot of negativity, let's make it positive. What's your favorite moment then as a sport fan? Favorite?
The greatest ring in the history of sports, the greatest game in the history of basketball, the 2016 Game 7 versus the Warriors.
Oh, yeah. I knew you were going to say that one.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna say that one.
3-1 comeback. As primarily a basketball fan at the time, that's when I started following the NFL a lot, but I was really, really big into basketball. My dad goes like this, and it's just like his hands on his head, his hands over his heart after the Cavs win because he never got to watch that. My dad's in his 50s, and at the time he's like 40-something, and it's like experiencing that. I was in Florida visiting my grandparents,
Really?
and we
Okay.
watched all of Game 7 from start to finish because they weren't letting us not watch that. And it was just an incredible moment. I wish I got to experience that when I'm older now and more attached, but I was so attached at the time. And and what I would say is 3-1 comeback against a 73-9 team. Never happened before. LeBron James averages 40 in the series, wins Finals MVP. The Kyrie Irving shot, the LeBron James block. I will defend that ring. There's only a couple rings that compare to that one. Like, it was an unbelievable moment.
That was a good one. What about you, Nick?
Me, when I was little, just getting to know the Pirates and getting into baseball, and Andrew McCutchen hitting the home run, because I didn't go to many baseball games. And just like being in the presence of Pittsburgh.
Was there a specific one, or was it just...
It's just Pirates. I think anytime you get the opportunity to go to a game or any sports team, you have to go because you never know what's going to happen the next day. They could be in a slump. You may never see them in the playoffs or World Series or whatever. I think that we take a lot of things for granted. It's going to events and just getting to know people, going with your friends. So just hang out if you can.
I'd say the Pirates caused me more disappointment than...
Are you a Pirates fan?
I am a Pirates fan.
Okay, so...
I'm Pirates, Penguins, Cardinals, Bucks. Those are the 4 teams.
Cardinal, oh God.
Don't start.
Bucks basketball.
Milwaukee
Bucks, yes.
Yeah, Milwaukee Bucks. Okay. That's my team, which they're in shambles right now too, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Everything over there is in shambles that you like.
I know. Thanks for reminding me.
That actually is true now.
Yes.
About the Pirates.
And Pitt Panthers.
Actually-
Add Pitt on that top of that.
Well, actually, the Pirates are actually playing pretty good baseball right now. The Guardians are bad, so we're not gonna talk about them. They have a better record than the Pirates still.
They do.
But
They do.
they have been struggling.
I've given up on the Pirates.
Yeah,
when
smart.
someone says like, "Oh, what's your favorite team?" Like baseball team, I'm like, "Oh, it's the Pirates." They're like, "Oh, did you see that game?" I'm like, "No, didn't even watch
Austin
it."
supports all the teams that are literally in a sophomore slump right now.
Sophomore slump. We're in a hangover right now. We're in something.
Oh, it just fits perfectly for what you do every night.
Oh my God. You see what I have to deal with on a consistent basis, Matt? You see how laid
Matt-
back 2 Jagoffs was?
Matt, he just puts himself in, and I just carry it the way home.
You know what though? You guys should hear me. I had a roommate last year who I am friends with, but me and him had beef. No, real beef, actually, real beef. No,
Yes.
not real beef. I just disliked him. He rage baited me too much.
That's
He swore Mike Tomlin was still good. Swore the Steelers were gonna win a playoff game, and then every time the Steelers lost, he would be like, "Yo, what the Cowboys' record is." I hate that. I hate when people just bring up the Cowboys, bring up my teams to cope for their own. I hate that.
Notice that's what he does when he talks about his Cowboys. He brings up the Cardinals. I know the Cardinals thing, so he does that same thing.
I know
Sounds
that
like you.
I know the Cowboys are
Me.
over. I know the Cowboys are being over hated right now, but I do understand why people hate their playoff, and
Yes.
I do hold my head to a standard where they're probably going to choke in the playoffs again. But when they get to the NFC Championship, is the same year they win the Super Bowl, and I'll stand on that.
When?
Don't know.
This year.
When? That's the question. It's gonna be
Nick just
when.
gave you the best answer.
This year.
Let's
This
do it.
year.
I'm down to say this year. I don't know. We'll
Matt,
see.
could you imagine if I'm actually bald? Could you just think about that for a second?
I am so excited.
You wear hats all the time, anyways.
I do wear hats a lot.
Don't matter. We're going to make sure he does not have any hats.
Oh, see, now that's like bullying.
That is bullying. See?
Whoa, Matt. Whoa.
You're the instigator over there, professional
You
instigator.
know what? You know what? It would be funny to see Austin. He has to show off the baldness.
Yes.
What about this? I have a cowboy sweatshirt. He has to wear it like to class for a day
I would love that.
too. And he has to
do
be
it.
bald.
And be bald.
And he has to be bald.
Yeah, I'm gonna look like Stone Cold wearing a cowboy sweater. Great.
Yeah, shout out. And Post Malone likes the Cowboys. Shout
Post
out
Malone likes Cowboys.
Last night, Matt, I was on the phone with him. I think it's a great time to bring this up. He said he was going to burn a Cowboys hoodie that he had.
Wow.
I would.
I'm thinking, wait a minute. No.
You know
Because you're
what?
going to need
I
that
think a
hoodie.
good promo. Yeah.
You're going to need that hoodie for whenever the Cowboys win.
I mean, I would burn it. Yeah. I mean,
How confident are you that the Cowboys are winning a Super Bowl? Are and aren't?
aren't? I'm going bald, Matt. That's how confident I am. I would go bald.
He was risky when he made this bet. I'm confident that they are. I think this is their year.
Did you say this? This is me actually asking. Did you think that last year? No, or two? No. I'm being serious. Did you think that the Cowboys were going to win last year?
No.
Okay. So maybe his feeling's genuine.
Maybe I think it genuinely is.
I trust Nick's gut here.
Ooh.
I'm trusting it.
I can't let Matt down now. That'll really be a big
If
disappointment.
the Cowboys don't win, I'm the first person I'm texting is Nicholas Brown.
You're gonna text him. Great. And you're gonna text me next and be like, "Hey, you bald yet?" And I'm gonna be like, "Appointment scheduled next week."
If the Cowboys lose, I'm texting Nick. If the Cowboys wait, actually, we gotta see where you can get your mohawk. I forgot you're not in that bet too.
Ask
If they
Angela.
lose.
We'll see. Angela could probably hook you up.
If they win though, Austin, you might get a phone call. See.
Phone call. Oh,
Yeah.
great.
I want to be there when he goes bald too.
We're actually doing it here. We're gonna do it live.
No way.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm told you.
Can I
I'm actually
watch
doing
in the
camera.
background?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Hell
Dude,
yeah.
please.
We'll get everybody.
Everybody watches.
I'm gonna let like when Vince McMahon got his head shaved bald
Yeah.
at WrestleMania. I'm gonna put a camera right there. I'm gonna get content out of it, obviously. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go bald.
Are you shaving it?
Yes.
I'll let him shave it. Yeah, I'll give him the razor and everything.
That's gonna be so fun.
Hell, Matt, you can do a little scoop too if you
Yeah,
want. I don't
Matt
care.
can help out.
Oh, this would be sick. All right.
But
But
the
here's the thing,
bet
that's
is-
not gonna happen because they're not gonna win the Super Bowl. So
But
that's
the bet
the
is
thing.
only valid,
Oh, no.
Matt, if
Oh,
they
yeah.
make the playoffs and if they make the Super Bowl. There's a lot on the line here.
If they don't even make the Super Bowl, it's off.
It's risky, but I'm confident that this is their year. Especially they got George Pickens.
Wait. Oh, wait. So if they don't even make the playoffs, he gets a mohawk, like no matter what.
I think is it just Super Bowl or playoffs? What do we agree on?
I think we went all the way.
All the way.
But
Okay,
if
so-
we're willing to, we can maybe change it up a little bit.
Well, no, I know they're gonna make
I'm
the playoffs.
instigating this so bad.
See,
You are
he's
okay.
already nervous.
So
Oh,
maybe-
they already know they're going to make the playoffs.
Well, they're gonna
He's
squeeze in and get
he's
the
shaking
seventh
over
seed.
there,
They'll
Matt.
squeeze
You already
in.
know they're going to make the playoffs.
No, they're gonna get in. They might win the division. I think they're gonna go 12-5, 11-6. There's been no repeat NFC East winner since 2000. The Cowboys could take it. I think the Eagles are gonna win it probably by a little bit, but the Eagles are gonna be frauds. The Commanders are gonna miss the playoffs, and the Cowboys are going to hopefully win at least one playoff game. Do I know what else is gonna happen? I don't know. But the NFL is a toss-up now. I mean,
It really is.
there's no standout team. The Eagles were a standout team after like Week 5 last year. So, but I hate the Eagles, so I'm hoping they lose again. I'm just really hoping the Steelers are bad again too. Like,
I
They probably will be. Thanks.
That's something we can all agree on.
Yeah.
No, it sucks being like a fan of a team that always chokes every year because for me it's like, oh, I know the Cowboys are gonna like probably do this and then I have to hate watch everybody else's teams. Like all my friends' teams, I gotta be like, hey, your team just lost again, ha ha ha. Like that's what pleases me, and it sucks because I don't want to bring up other people's teams. I just want the Cowboys to compete and be good. But like in the playoffs they blow it, and now I gotta hate watch everyone else's teams in the playoffs.
That's how I've been for the longest time because my team stinks. Like I know they stink, but when they beat the Steelers a couple years ago, I was actually in attendance. It was me, 2 of my buddies, and my ex, and we were watching them live. And I got to tell you what, Matt, watching them lose in person to my team, who only had 3 wins that year, was just phenomenal. I laid it into everybody.
Do you
that week.
want to know a fun fact? So that
Give me
year,
a fun fact.
that year, the Cardinals had 4 wins.
4 wins.
I was
Cowboys, Eagles, Falcons, Steelers. Yes.
I was in an apartment
okay.
with 3 other people. Do you know what teams we all rooted for? Eagles, Cowboys, Steelers, and my roommate was a Falcons fan.
That's crazy, actually.
so the Cowboys were like supposed to beat the Falcons by like the Eagles by like a lot, and that was the spread. And then they lost to the Falcons. Oh, the Eagles, the Cardinals, their first loss of the season, excuse me. And then all my roommates made fun of me. And then they go out and they beat Atlanta. They beat the Eagles and they beat the Steelers. And I'm like, hey, y'all remember week 3 when you guys got on me for that? Now look what happened. So the Cardinals only beat Boulevard 301's teams. My whole apartment in Boulevard on campus, we all rooted for those 4 teams, like as individuals, and those are the only teams the Cardinals beat. Insane.
That actually makes me feel proud now that you say that.
Don't boost his ego, Matt. Come on.
The Cardinals were so bad. That doesn't change anything. And the Cowboys won a playoff game. Actually they didn't. They lost to the Packers. Never mind. That was the year. But
Yeah, what was that score again?
Whoa. Okay, let's not get into the Knicks of that.
Yeah. No, it's all good. But I just find it funny how the Cardinals were bad, and the only 4 teams they beat were all of my apartment teams. It's just really funny to me.
You want to know what's even funnier about that too? The year, like going into that season, we do like little division breakdowns on 2 Jagoffs. So in August, like right before the season started, I said the Cardinals were only going to win 3 games. And you want to know the 3 teams I predicted?
What?
Pittsburgh, Dallas, Philly. Just because we always have Dallas's upper hand over
Yes.
the past couple years. I just hate Pittsburgh.
No.
I mean, look at the record. We beat the last 3 times we played them.
4 times. Not gonna happen 4 times. Trust.
Nope.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen 4
rematch
times.
Rematch this year.
There's a rematch this year, right?
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen. I'm taking Dallas.
It's in Dallas, right?
It is in Dallas.
Oh, Dallas got that game.
Actually, some guy on TikTok predicted Dallas to lose that game 37-10. I don't know how, but they
I can see
predicted 30.
Oh, of course he can see it. His takes are like controversial. He tries to get the content. He tries to rage bait himself.
I honestly love giving hot takes because people always attack me for it. So
His ain't even a hot take. He just wants to rage bait.
Rage bait you?
Yes.
Rage bait you.
Yes.
You, of all people.
Yes.
Oh,
me.
good Lord. Do you hear this, Matt? This is nonsense from him.
I'm having
Nonsense.
fun. That's all.
Matt, it's his line, his standard line. It's your blasphemous nonsense over there.
Blasphemous nonsense?
Yes.
It's nonsense rhetoric. That's what I say.
Okay.
You also say blasphemous too.
Well, yeah, that's the Stephen A. me coming out. Stephen A.'s my guy. So.
So yeah, the Cardinals 3 wins division. Oh, that's where you're at.
3 wins, yeah. So I thought it was going to be Atlanta. They always like surprise me, so I didn't expect them to beat Atlanta. But I said Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Dallas, and those were the 3 they won.
Dallas to win that game this year because our second half stretch is so hard. It's like they gotta pull out one. I sure hope it's Arizona.
They do got to pull out
because
one.
they have such a tough second half stretch. But I think the Cowboys will be fine in the regular season. I think they will be. It just comes down to what they can do in the playoffs. If their peak's gonna be there, if they play at their best. If they play like their regular season best, they win it. I mean, they're a great team. I feel like a lot of fans just. The one thing I will say as Cowboys fans is it's so hard to be a Cowboys fan because the media just like Dak sucks. Dak's
yes, for sure.
CeeDee Lamb overrated. Micah Parsons bum. Like everyone just says things that like is not even. And this is not me. This is not biased. This is what smart NFL fans can agree on. Good players should not be hated on just because they're on Dallas. But I understand the whole like 90s storylines of Dallas about how the fans in the 90s always swore they're going to win every year. And now like nowadays it's not as much, but back in the day like they were awful and throughout the 2000s they were awful. It's like maybe not now it's as bad, but it's so hard. Like my friends at home, like I'm scrolling through TikTok, this guy's ranking every quarterback. He puts Dak at 29. He goes, incoming Cowboys fans, like you're intentionally admitting that you don't know ball. You're just
Exactly.
rage-baiting. It's like that stuff. I will say that I will defend the Cowboys for is that like they always, everybody will just try to rage bait them they throw all their knowledge to the side, thinking that they're smart because they have this implanted in their head that they should hate on Dallas.
Those are the type of people that shouldn't have any access to sports or talk anything sports.
agree.
Because if they have that bad of a take, just wait till they get to other sports. They'll really get hammered.
Yeah, one of my friends from home said that Micah Parsons was overrated, and he's arguably not better than DeMarcus Lawrence currently. That's what I got to deal with.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, actually. That's crazy. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Cardinals fan. I can't even agree with that.
Yeah, it's bad, but That's the one thing I will say about Dallas. But I do see why the fans get hate. I just hate when it gets to the players that like are actually great and then they get overhated and people think that they're smart because they hate a Cowboys player.
I do hate the CeeDee Lamb hate as well. Like I don't understand.
He's a phenomenal. He's a top 5 receiver in the league for sure.
I even say top 3 honestly.
I have him
Top
at
3.
3. I have him at 3. I have Justin Jefferson and Chase above him, and that's it.
Now, if I would have said that, Matt, there would have been a lot of controversy. But given that you're on here, he's giving you a little bit leeway, and you're going to
give
give
anyone leeway. No, I'm just saying I respect CeeDee Lamb. He's a top 3 wide receiver.
If I would have said that, there would have been so much beef that I would never hear the end of it.
Do we need to go back? He said George Pickens was the best receiver in football at one point in time. At one point in time, you did say that.
I did.
I think George Pickens. I think George Pickens. Like the problem with him is he never produced but he had talent, but he had a couple things he needed to fix. Like his footwork was bad, like staying in bounds. But I think he's never had a good quarterback. I think he's gonna be the best wide receiver 2 in the league in Dallas next year. I think
Best
that
over
receiver.
CeeDee?
No, best wide receiver 2 in the league.
Okay, wide
But,
receiver
yeah,
2.
he's gonna be the
Oh
best
my
wide-
God, you almost struck a nerve over there. My God.
No, he won't be better than
heart was
CD.
pumping.
CD is that like security blanket for Dak and for the
sure.
Cowboys. But I think George Pickens really like his verticality paired with CeeDee Lamb's like inside and outside work. Ooh, I think it's gonna be nasty.
Can't double team because someone's going to be wide open.
Yeah, and then I mean Jalen Tolbert's an upcoming wide. I mean he's kind of a nobody, but he had 700 yards.
Don't you guys still got Cavante Turpin as well?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I hate him as a receiver. He's really, really good as a. He's
I love
the
him
best
on
return in the
special
league.
teams.
You remember that Washington touchdown where he spun off of? Oh, that was great against Washington.
I've been a big Turpin guy because he was in the USFL for a while.
Yeah,
For a little bit. That's
Yeah.
where then he got signed right
Yeah.
afterwards.
fastest man in the NFL, measured as the fastest man in the NFL.
I will say I like Turpin. See, I can give your Cowboys credit.
About time.
You don't ever give my Cardinals credit. I'll give your Cowboys credit every once.
Oh, we
Marvin
don't give.
Harrison went to Ohio State. I'll give you credit for that.
Okay, Marvin Harrison
But you
Jr.
guys ruined him.
Oh.
I can't. I'm not mad at that. We didn't give him a chance.
I can't believe Marvin Harrison didn't have a good
Halfway
year.
throughout the season, we started to use him properly.
He had
But
a good week 2, week 3.
Yeah,
a really,
great.
really incredible game.
160 yards or something like that. Yeah.
He's
It's
not
great.
mad at it, Matt, because you said it, of course.
No, he
And
did.
has
No, he's telling the truth.
And he has no hate against you. Me, my God, I can only imagine the amount of hate he has
He
built
said
up.
Bo Nix earlier. I don't want to hear it.
Bo Nix is Bo Nix is probably better than Kyler Murray. Yeah.
Yes,
It's
I
tough
agree.
to say because Kyler Murray doesn't win anything. Like he hasn't won anything in his career. I know Dak hasn't won, but he's won 2 playoff games, and Kyler Murray's won 0. He's made the playoffs once. Dak's made it like 5 times.
I mean, in all fairness, we
In
also
all
had
fairness.
3 over 5 offensive
No,
linemen down
all
the game.
fairness. That doesn't
Connor
count.
was hurt. We didn't have a receiver. I mean, there was a lot in that game.
That's the thing is like it's all excuses.
It's what it is. Excuses.
No, not with you. With
I know.
players like Justin Herbert over years got all these excuses. After that performance against Houston, I'm done with it. But I see. I understand Kyler Murray hasn't had the best, and then the one year he goes 8-0, he gets injured, and then they get killed first round by then Super Bowl champs, the Rams, if I remember correctly.
That was the year we made it. Yeah.
But you could say if Kyler Murray doesn't get hurt, that season goes better for them, but it didn't happen. That's the thing is like you got to stay healthy. Like you need him. Like you go 8-0, you looked like the best quarterback in the league at that point, and then you come back from injury and you play bad.
Play bad.
Like, that's the thing about Kyler. So I think he's on the hot seat this year, but we'll see.
I agree with that. He's on the hot seat. I'm expecting at least 8 wins. That's probably where we're going to be at.
What's their line? Do you know? What's like their win set at? Probably like 6.5.
Probably 6.5.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
6.5, 7. I don't know. Which is crazy though, because a lot of people have the Cardinals and Cowboys right there. I think the Cowboys are locked in for at least like.
They're locked in for
9
the Super
wins
Bowl.
minimum.
9.
I like that.
Stop. You're gonna give me a brain aneurysm
I
over
just
here.
floated in there when he's not paying attention. It takes a little bit for the wheels to start catching up on my lines. See, Matt's enjoying this.
Dude, I love. No, you guys are great. I love being here.
Matt, I don't think you've really seen me this passionate about this yet in person.
No, I mean.
I can try and keep myself cool at sideline.
Cool?
I'm trying to be
Oh.
professional there.
He keeps himself
Austin,
professional
I'm
Matt.
holding you to a standard because I know what you're capable of. If there's a topic that you're passionate about in sideline, like
Go all
Penguins
out?
or whatever, I need you to like, dude.
I
You're
almost
stupid, man. Like you gotta
I
pump
almost
it
did
up.
with Shermito. I almost did.
What episode was that? The college football?
That's when we were talking about the Penguins.
Was it at the deadline?
Yeah, it was the deadline
Oh,
case.
you know what? Because you had every right to. Because
I was
like
ready.
Steelers fans, shout out Nick. I love Nick, but he said this year's different with the Steelers. He said it with the Toronto Maple Leafs too. Who
No.
is which you know what happened with them? He said with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He said with the Steelers. He said. And it's because there's a standard. He goes, oh, well, they might almost make the playoffs, so they shouldn't get rid of their guys at the trade deadline because they might almost make the playoffs. That's such a stupid thing. You should sell at the deadline because you guys aren't going to make the playoffs, and if you do, you're not going to do anything.
I think I made him mad because I was one of the people saying Penguins should be sellers.
Yeah.
He was saying they shouldn't be. And he was like, well, if we do this and if we do that. And then I just kind of cut him off. I go, yeah, if. And it completely threw him off. And he's like, watch it now. And then he started like getting off topic. Brent's standing there laughing. So
That's good.
Matt,
it was a
maybe
good
he
pick.
needs to cover the Cowboys for the upcoming season.
You know what? So we might make some changes to Case of the Week where we change it to hot takes, and we're gonna have Case of the Week as halfway through the show. It's gonna be a little shorter, and then at the end of the show we do like an open segment where it's either trivia or hot takes,
I like that.
and that's something that might happen. So that's a sneak peek into what's gonna happen with Sideline. Maybe we maybe do 2 more open segments. So. And maybe one of my hot takes is going to be the Dallas Cowboys are significantly better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Just see what happens.
Which Point Park student is the fan that hates the Cowboys the most? Austin Cairns.
It's not. It might
for
not be
$100.
It could be, but it might not be. Everyone hates the Cowboys at this point. But
You were saying something though before we kind of went off topic there. You're saying you're holding me to a standard for Sideline this year.
yeah,
What should we do?
I want you to be like. Because what we want to do is I don't want to get too much into Sideline changes, as I said.
That's fine.
But we want to make it more storyline based. Like we want to make Point Park stories. And I feel like because you call a lot of games, it's like I want you to be able to like go and interview like a coach or something, and then now create a new storyline about like the women's basketball team. Or because I know that you're comfortable doing that, and a lot of people aren't comfortable with doing stuff like that. So me, you, Bryn are for sure, and that's what I want from us specifically is to like do stuff like that. Thank you.
Locked in.
Killing it. Look at that.
He ain't locked in.
That's business right there, Nick.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nick, are you coming on the Sideline?
I would like to.
You should. You can go on Case of the Week and
He has been on UView before.
I have.
He did the
Election
election-
night.
okay.
Four
I remember you telling me that.
4 different reports.
Really?
7 to midnight.
So are you guys big into politics like in general, or you just like follow
Yes.
it? Okay.
I'm
We
politics.
we do a little politics on here too. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, really?
And
That's cool.
finance. I'm more of the
He's
finance
a finance
aspect.
guy.
Okay.
So Matt, if you need some help with how to invest your money, I'm the perfect guy here.
I'm not getting political. I'm not gonna say anything about
point.
myself. You guys see my Instagram stories. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
You guys know who I support, what I stand for.
Let's just say this: we all share the same views.
all 3 of us.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay.
MP on Instagram. You should go follow him.
We all share the same views. On
Don't follow Austin Cairns. He's a Cardinals fan.
Actually, if you follow me, you're gonna see me.
Okay.
ask-
I didn't because
Yes.
I didn't know. I thought I've seen like you like my stories. I didn't know who you support. That's why I don't.
Don't you
we
see
don't
me
need-
liking your stuff, Matt? Come on,
Probably,
there.
probably.
What's
Yeah,
the hate
I
over
was
there
making
now?
sure because I've put myself to a standard where like I do political baits in the shower with myself all the time. Like, do you guys know like those Jubilee things where it's like
Yeah,
they-
oh, yeah,
yes.
the 1v1? I'm like, dude, put me on there because there's so many topics. I'm like so passionate that I followed with like social, like not just like political views, like economic views and all that stuff. Like, I always want to like social stuff like rights of LGBTQ plus and stuff like that, and
Yes.
like feminism and like toxic masculinity, stuff like that. Like that, I think that like I stand for more. I guess I am revealing what I like right now, but I don't
Yep,
need
let's say
no
definitely
more,
are.
no more for me, no more for me. But like stuff like that like I stand so against, and I would love to like be able to share my social views. But I do it on my Instagram a little bit. I might
gotta
start
be
doing it on
careful.
TikTok.
You gotta be careful with that too. I've learned. I've gotten
Yeah.
called out a couple of times.
Yes.
By some people being like, "Hey, you probably should dial it back just a little bit," because I just say a lot of stuff on Facebook. I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. You gotta."
Yeah, I do now.
You gotta be careful with that. I got caught up with that, but I'll tell you what. I grew up in a union household, so that pretty much shows why I share those views.
Still City is going to be part of a union soon, I hope.
my goal is to be like being like a student leader in general is like I wish I could make a positive difference like politically and stuff like that, but I need to focus on my sports career. I'm gonna dabble and share an opinion here on my Instagram sooner or later. Plus it is my personal Instagram
It's personal. You
page.
can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna say whatever I want, but I'm not gonna post on my LinkedIn my political opinions.
Oh,
or
absolutely not.
I'm
No,
not like
same.
my cat. If imagine I go to Cavs Digest and like say a political like that's
Yeah, right.
I'll get fired.
You just
So,
go on
yeah.
there like, "All right, guys, let's talk about Iran." Like, no, you can't do
Yeah,
that.
No.
yeah,
no,
don't
you
do
can't.
that.
All right, let's talk about the state of the economy.
Yeah, let's not do that.
There.
Just like the Cardinals. Perfect. That sums it up.
I'm not gonna say it on camera. I'll say it off camera. But I have a joke I want to make about that.
Oh,
Actually,
God.
Let's do it.
I have a joke I want to make
Okay.
about that. Matt, you were talking about social media, and I feel this is a good conclusion for the
Yes.
episode. You've been on here for a while. I mean, social media is so big for like a lot of us, and I
Mm-hmm.
just want to ask you: have you seen any promos recently, by any chance?
Of you?
Because of me.
I've seen like a bunch of them because I definitely follow you, and if I don't, I'm sorry, but
No,
I
you do,
definitely
you
do. I definitely seen some. Well, is there one recently that like I missed?
Well,
I saw Roger.
There's Roger. Yeah, a lot of people has been messing with me because a lot of the promos I've been taking bumps in.
Did you see
Wrestling.
him getting hit with chairs?
Oh, I think I did see that. Now that you say it, I think I did see you like been taking some bumps in the wrestling thing.
Yes.
It got me a job. Which
Really?
is crazy. IWC. So a lot of like the IWC and AD. I've been traveling doing a lot of like independent stuff with
Yeah.
wrestling companies. I actually got a show tonight, actually Thursday Night Fights, and I was like telling Lucas, I was like, hey, let me just take some bumps, show them that I can get thrown around a little bit. I'm not gonna be a wrestler. I just want to be a broadcaster for them.
Yeah.
And they saw those promos and they were like, hey, is this you? I'm like, yeah, it's me. And like, cool, meet us after the show. So after the show, went up to them, talk. I was already running camera for the show anyway, so I was already there. I go and meet the owner, and they're like, hey, we want to do some stuff, or maybe you could be on camera. You can kind of host your own little show like you do with your podcast, interview the wrestlers, get thrown around a little bit, and then we're going to transition you into commentary. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Dude,
I already do play-by-play, so yeah.
Big. That's really, first of all, I want to say congrats to you for
Thank
that.
you.
And then second of all, that's a really, really big start because like that's how it goes from you start at the independents and you might be able to get a big wrestling. I know you're a big wrestling guy. You might be able to get into
That's
it.
the dream.
Wearing the
I
Yeet
wanna-
shirt.
I'm wearing the...
Wait, Matt, congrats on what? Him getting hit with the chair or him on the job? I was a bit confused on what part you meant. Wait, which part did you mean? Because
guy
For
over
your
here.
sake, I'll say we'll go with both. We'll go with both.
okay, he's trying to cover for me now. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you're going to get hit with the chair next. You keep
Me,
it up.
I'm exempt from that. I thought.
You're not exempt. No, there's no... Do you have a doctor's note? No, you're getting hit with the damn chair. That's happening.
Matt, will you take the hit for me?
I mean,
It's a real chair, Nick.
It is. It's a steel chair.
I'll take it. I don't know. We'll see.
Best $13 purchase.
I've been in the weight room. You know, I can take a punch now. I think.
Take a punch. Take a bump. How about a door bump going through a door?
Ooh.
I did that for my 1st
we'll
time.
see.
That
Yes.
was fun.
We'll see. Let me run through this door record full speed. That actually would probably hurt,
It was.
and we'll probably have to pay for it.
And us two aren't even gym guys over there.
Yeah.
Me and like.
But you guys are wrestling guys.
I'm wrestling, guys.
Yeah.
I was a little gym for a while, but like I just got caught up with other stuff. I
No,
was going on.
no, I don't say, oh, you should go to the gym. That's not how I am.
I used to actually get up every day senior year of high school. My dad, he would get up at 3:30 in the morning and go to the gym, and I would tag
Wow.
along with him. And
That's cool.
that was awful. I mean, it was great being able to spend time with my dad, but
Yes.
it's awful because my dad, he goes over the top with it. I'll have to show you a picture of my dad. Like he's
Buff.
jacked.
Yeah, that's sick. Well, I started going from like myself. Like I've always
That's
wanted
fair.
to like be like in really good shape, and it's like I have bad genetics and like bad like I have like less like natural like genetic muscle on me. So I was like, you know what, like I have a lot of time this summer. I was like, yeah, I go to Etage right down the street, so it's like
Screw, why not?
free. It's really really sick. I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna see what. And now it's like a hobby to me, so it's cool. If you can find hobbies like wrestling, stuff like that, like all that stuff is like it's like a hobby now. It just helps me.
And dude, here's the craziest part about it. Like being able to travel with the wrestling companies too now, like
Dude.
having
They haven't gotten sick of him yet. That's what I question.
Actually, it's so surprising. I'm sick they haven't got sick of me yet either.
Yeah, right?
Because I was up in Beaver County this past weekend. I was in
That I helped navigate because he was lost in directions.
I was
He
lost. I
called
had
and he
to-
goes, I don't know where I'm at. Can you help me navigate?
We have a lot of students from Beaver County, but keep going.
We do, yeah. Beaver County. I was in Southside on Friday. I'll be doing Millville this weekend after I come back home from camp.
Thursday night fights tonight.
Thursday night fights tonight. That's also in the South Side. I'll be in New Jersey in 2 weeks. Indiana in 3 weeks. It's just crazy being able.
You
to
travel with IWC?
I travel with IWC. I travel with 4 different companies.
That's cool.
4
Wow.
different companies right now. And working on 5th. I have a shadow this weekend. I'm gonna try and do.
That once you're like ready to grad, like WWE always post stuff on LinkedIn and
Yes.
like
They do.
Indeed.
That's the plan.
That's what you gotta do. Like, and then if you build a resume that says like, does this for this company, excuse me, this, and this, like, I'm sure that's a lot more experience than a lot of people have.
I also have some ties with AEW too, so we're trying to work some
Really?
stuff there.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, that's
I
sick.
know a couple of people behind the scenes with AEW, so we'll.
That's dope. I've been talking to Bernie a lot, like not as much right now, but like going like before I moved back into campus, like I've been talking to him a lot, so he's gonna help me out. I've been in touch with Roger too. I'm staying in touch with him. Hopefully I can something can line up for me, and then a bunch of ESPN guys on LinkedIn, and then now this Cavs Digest stuff got me followed by some of the
Which is
biggest like,
crazy.
ESPN media pages, which hopefully I can reach out to them and maybe be a writer or a reporter of something. I don't know. We'll see.
Just do something. Get your foot in the door.
Yes.
That's all about it.
Yeah.
All what it is. Well, Matt, I just want to say, man, thank you so much
Yes.
for coming on the
I
podcast
appreciate both
today,
of you
man.
so much. Like I like you guys are cool people. You know, I just came here to have fun, of course.
First Point Park student to be on, really.
First Point Park student.
Honored.
And you're not the last because you're definitely going to come back, especially when NFL season starts because
Yeah.
Cowboys will definitely be hot on this podcast.
I want both of you in those chairs after the Cardinals game when the Cardinals win. Just
oh,
so you
that's
know.
not happening. The-
Cardinals
the-
versus Cowboys game, I will be on. Yes.
okay.
Okay.
You've got that penciled in already.
Penciled in, whatever week that is. I think
Yes.
it's what, like week 6, week 7. I don't know.
And you're going to go down over there.
My God, I can't even do my outro. with
Look
it.
at him. He's already like panicking over there.
It's insane, Matt. Matt, I will make sure I bring this energy to Zion
Yes.
this year. I
Let's
was
do
holding
it.
back last semester. I'll bring it this.
Hey,
if I even
getting
show up,
comfortable.
if that's going to be more energy. I don't know if we can handle all that. Can we?
Even if you don't want to be on camera, yeah, like just like you can learn any behind the scenes stuff. Like me and Jake Bell, good people. We direct the show. Like whatever you want to learn, you can learn how to
Yeah,
direct.
you, Jake, and Bryn kill it over there. You guys really
Appreciate that. Yeah, they're awesome. Bryn's a grinder, man. She works her butt off in the sports for UVU. So shout out to her. Jake is just a great guy, great person.
Here's a little spoiler. I actually have Bryn locked in for 2 Jagoffs coming up in a couple
Let's
months.
go.
I actually got Bryn coming on.
Let's go.
Just
Dude,
talked to her a couple days ago.
she sent me your interview with Caden Warner, and
Oh,
she
did
goes,
she?
"Yo, Austin's so good." I was like, "Bro, he's killing it."
But did she actually do
Yeah,
that?
she sent me. I swear, like she DM'd me on Instagram. She sent like the Caden Warner interview. She goes, "Yo, this is cool because we like when people actually interact with the Point Park athletes, like from a personal perspective, which like me and Bryn try to do, and then like now you're doing. So we have another person that really cares about it, and that's really cool to see that you're doing it." So she sent me it. She goes, "Yo, he's so good," and I was like, "Yeah, dude, Austin's killing it."
Oh,
man."
shout out to Bryn. That's awesome.
I
That's
think
awesome.
Chase Bowen, he's a track Point Park. He'll
Yeah,
actually be on.
Chase Bowman was living in the same apartment as me last year, actually. Fun
He'll be
fact.
on.
Which fan was he?
What?
Which fan was he?
Of
Was
what?
he the Falcons, Cowboys?
No, he wasn't in that apartment.
okay,
but he is a
okay.
Steelers fan.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yes, he's famous on TikTok. 65,000 followers.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he does a lot of like editing stuff. He's cool. He's a good friend of mine.
He'll be on Still City when the semester hits.
That's cool. Good for him. I hope he gets to talk some Steelers, man. He knows
Yes.
ball. He knows ball.
Does he know about? Okay, cool.
He does TikToks every week. I think he just did this one, keeping 2 and drafting and benching the others. It's
Yeah.
every week that he has a different Steelers take, and definitely will post highlights of the game during the game as they're going on. Definitely a good follow. I think he's cracking 70,000 followers closely.
Yeah, he was cool to live with. Like we always. I mean, the Steelers Cowboys game was great when the Cowboys won that, of course. But
That's a great one right there. Well, we'll definitely be bringing you back on in the near future, Matt. I was going to
appreciate
give you the floor here. Any final words you want to leave with Steel City? Any final words you want to leave in general?
no, I appreciate it. As always, just have fun, be happy. Being sad's a waste of time. Be happy, love life. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and have fun doing what you love.
Absolutely.
Perfect
Great message,
advice, Matt.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Matt.
coming on.
Thank you guys so much, man.
You are the man. You will definitely be returning. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, follow, depending on what platform you're listening to. Nick, any final words you would like to leave with listeners out there?
It's
No
going to be
quiet
back.
there.
Matt, first time meeting in person. Definitely can't wait to have you back, especially I got a Cowboys fan at Point Park with me. I'm not solo. I'm so excited.
I'm definitely the only Cardinals fan here.
Yes, you are.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm probably the only one in Pittsburgh, but that's okay. That's a different story. Actually, I got a funny story. I'll tell you off camera. We've been going on for a little too long.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. We will see you all in the next one. Peace.